Not good.
He may have stepped away from Mike.
Oh, no, I think he just said so.
Sorry that I'm freaking tired, guys. I had to get up at 6 for fucking work.
No, we're just making sure you're still there, that's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, to recap last session, you fought a purple worm, proceeded to have one party member eaten and several party members nearly died. Follow it, basically travel further on into the forest to, I forget the town name.
Woodhelm.
Yeah, Woodhelm. I was just looking at the map now.
With their tunnel digging convention.
Yes, and you went there to check if it was the supposed creature, which upon entering the town and there being massive, like 15-foot wide tunnel holes everywhere, you as quickly as assumed it was. You went to the tavern to basically say that the creature was dead, at which point you were by the tavern keeper you were granted the reward for slaying the beast, and also found that the tavern keeper is the currently impromptu mayor, and he handed you, I forget how much loot, in actual like monetary value, and a lamp of suspicious origins, which upon being investigated contained a, and let me quickly check the quote.
The gin.
It is a lamp containing a noble genie, willing to grant 3 wishes that may come at a cost.
So we're throwing it in
And
the lake.
as for the loot, we had a 700 gold in uncut gems, 3 paintings. One is a landscape with gnomes riding a unicorn, pictured in Discord. One is a scimitar embedded in a stone, and the other one is a sunset over the ocean with shadowed figures.
Yeah. And this all came after Serena had basically said to keep the loot till we would talk about the loot in the morning, as Zelda had already gone to bed, and then her and Lubash had gone off to assist in logging for rebuilding.
I mean, Serena did all the assist. Lubash kind of just went, huh.
I'm also here.
More or less. Then there was a little bit of debate within the party about the possibility of, and I quote, let's just chuck it off a cliff.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
pretty much a direct quote.
Then the party went to bed and we're resuming in the morning. So we will be resuming first thing in the morning. The lamp is currently in Haley's possession, as I believe she had a bag of holding.
Oh, and Peter's just finished one of the weirdest trips of his life.
Yeah, that's right. He's the mushroom man.
Yes, Pete got kind of castoned. Or off his face.
He's off his chops, yeah.
Yeah, he ate one of his miraculous mushrooms. Yeah, I remember. I vaguely remember Navara had the lamp for some reason. I could have sworn.
She's just the one that was given to.
Fair. I could have sworn it was because of bag of holding, but looking at it, there is no bag
it's
of holding.
just a backpack.
No, it's she was the one with the ability to cast Identify on it.
Yeah, and I just don't think she handed it to anybody after that.
No, we kind of said give it to her. She's less likely to use it.
Yeah, fair.
Well.
But we will say, for the sake of brevity, Navara and Lubash have basically returned to breakfast, but Navara is currently busy studying their spells for the day, and Lubash is slightly recovering from a night of impromptu performance and liquid courage.
And also lumberjacking.
Yes.
But he's a lumberjack and he's okay.
You could not do that too.
Lumberjacking in potentially both senses of the word. Because we don't know exactly which way Lubash swings.
Never wise to assume.
They're a barbarian.
I was going to say, Aaron is nowhere to be seen. So you do occasionally hear a random cry of a bird from the roof.
That's right.
Peter, there are no rafters for you to be sleeping in.
I didn't say sleeping.
There are no rafters for you to be in.
No, he's just on the roof.
On the roof.
Okay, I was just clarifying you couldn't be in the rafters because
I know.
this is not a open roof plan building. It's just
no,
I know
I'm on
half the
the
time we
roof.
have bird characters, they're in the fucking rafters.
No, I'm on the actual roof and I didn't sleep.
Fair enough.
No, he spent most of the night crying or something, tripped out of his fucking mind.
Yep. Randomly flying into people's room, saying something random, and then flying out.
That's right, that was a thing.
Yeah.
I hummingbird it.
Me tunk tunk tunk.
Which is now Ibli's turn for a bit of annoyance.
So yes. So I have recovered nothing.
So where's the closest cliff to here?
No, Peter, you will have succeeded in a long rest, but you need to make a Constitution save to have not gotten a level of exhaustion, because you can take a long rest without sleeping because you did not do any heavy exertion. You've effectively just buzzed around and walked around, which flight for you is not something that's incredibly demanding. But for not sleeping, it is a con save to potentially to avoid a level of exhaustion.
I rolled that at the end of last session. I rolled an 8.
Then you have a level of exhaustion, but you do have all of your features back.
Okay.
Pardon me. Pardon me again.
So yes, it is morning. And yeah, you would be coming down pretty much
hard.
Well, yes, you would be crashing hard, but you would have been coming down probably in the last hour or so. So you would have most of your faculties back, but you would feel like shit right about now.
Anyone got another
You
mushroom?
get the occasional crow of a bird from the roof, as well as a groan.
Because, yeah, you basically ate that thing at like 10 o'clock last night and were tripping most of the night, but at this point it has been close to 10 hours.
Pete thinks he's a rooster.
Actually, my character's an owl.
Is Pete still on the roof?
Yes. I just imagine I'm like passed out over the corner of the roof. Or half passed out.
Oh, that's right. I changed my spell, so this morning I can put the lamp in a brick. Because I've got the stone shape.
Yeah. And there is plenty of stone rubble in town.
Yeah, so I'm putting the lantern in a brick. Of whatever the maximum size brick I can make is.
Let me check.
Let me have a look. I'll just put it in the chat. Oops.
Fair. That works.
No. 5 feet in any dimension. Alright, we might do that before we push it into a lake.
Yeah, because a 5-foot brick of stone.
Yeah, that's 1.5 meters. So we might do that just before we push it off the boat.
To maybe put it in a smaller stone for now?
Well,
Hang on,
Yeah.
Mikey.
What?
It doesn't matter too much about where we put it, because the geyser function of the decanter around this water can probably push it.
Let me check that for you. I'm currently calculating how much it would weigh.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what is
our
the
answer is no.
How much does it weigh?
Well, I haven't even got to there yet, but I've clicked into the Delaware quarries, and a 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot boulder is a little bit over 10 ton. It's
Never mind.
It's 10,240 pounds.
Yeah, no, this maxes out at 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was going to say, how much is like a 1.5 feet on each side?
Give me a second.
Anyway, why Peter's character's still on the roof being somewhat of a dick, and Ibli is finally sick of it and awake in the morning. That's a DC 14 con save there.
For reference, assuming material is granite because there's no generic stone, 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot is 9,800 kilos.
Wow, that's 9 tons. Nearly 10 tons.
21,000 pounds.
Jesus.
Peter?
Because I have the option between granite, marble, limestone, sandstone,
Yeah.
and
Oh, you
stuff.
matched my con save.
So
My
I
spell
passed.
save. My spell save is 14. Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, again, how big's a lantern? It's about, lanterns are about 40 centimeters high, I guess. Even if I make the thing 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, it'd still be fucking heavy as
Let me just tell you, 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot is 1,300 pounds, 623 kilos.
It's a lot.
I was going to say, I think that's more than I could even drag.
At 1,300, I think the only person capable of dragging that is potentially Raymond.
What about the beetle?
Let me check. Beetle and Raymond would be equivalent because Raymond can large his.
What?
I think I've got giant. I've also got powerful build.
Yeah, you've got powerful build, so you would be equal to the beetle. Actually, you would be better than the beetle because you have a higher strength.
And I can make it even better with giant might.
But he's not going to like bench press the thing.
Let me see.
Where am I taking it? And I'll just.
We're just going to drop it. What we can do is, I mean, we can make it a brick and use it as like a flagstone of a building, or like use it as a building foundation.
We'll buy a plot of land and build a castle. It's the founding stone of the castle.
Yeah, it'd be the what are they called? Cornerstones.
Well, we know where it is, but to use it, we got to demolish our castle.
No, we just put it in someone's random house in his village. No one will know it's there. Just be like, look, brick.
Just set it into the floor.
Raymond, you have 20 strength, right?
20, 1 second. Oh, 16.
16. So let me grab a calculator and I'll tell you just how much you can drag.
It might take Raymond and the beetle to get it.
Quite possibly at this rate.
Well, I can make myself a huge and powerful build is one size larger for
You
carrying.
can make yourself a large.
Large, but then I get the powerful build with the one size larger when carrying. So that's a
240
huge.
times 2 times 2 times 2. You need to be giant mode to drag it.
Okay, so I can move it.
Dragging is.
I'd like to point out that's also only a foot thick. As well.
How heavy is this shit?
Very.
At a foot thick, a foot wide, and a foot tall, so a square foot brick is nearly 1,400 pounds.
What's that in kilo?
623 kilos.
Raymond.
Ow. Yeah,
How
okay.
long can you be in giant form for?
Hang on. Giant form is down the bottom.
Like 6 of me. They're trying to carry 6 of me.
Just 2 minutes.
Yeah,
One
no,
minute,
it's going to take
in 1
him
minute
and the
intervals.
beetle. Because we have to... Otherwise, we have to lug stone near to the water.
Or we can do it at the water.
See,
does it create stone or does it just shape stone?
It shapes it.
Can we buy the stone and have it delivered to the water?
No, he's using a spell.
Yeah, we have the stone delivered to the water's edge. It uses a spell on it.
I mean, or we could just put it in the wall of one of the buildings here.
Yeah.
Just drop it down one of the wormholes. And then fill up the wormhole with water afterwards.
Free well.
Do you guys want a dam?
No, it'd be a well.
Yeah.
It's a well. It's a wishing well, literally.
Okay, so it actually gets a lot more reasonable when you don't select granite, which is apparently heavy as shit.
Yeah.
Searching stone density. Density of stone. is 1.602 grams per cubic centimeter. A square foot of that, everyone in the party can pick up. It's 45 kilos.
Mm.
How about
It's-
Oh, I
five
can
square foot?
barely pick that up.
It's 100 pounds on the dot.
Hey, I technically can pick that up, but I would have to be butt naked.
You
My
perfect,
entire
okay.
lift capacity is 105 pounds.
For reference, if we're using generic stone, as Google calls it, Raymond, I believe, can drag it.
What in a 5 foot?
Raymond can drag a 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot cube if he uses his giant mode.
I mean, we can test it.
As a 5 by 5 by 5 foot cube of it is, actually no, I misread that. No, he can't drag it. That's still 12,000. I read 12,000 as 1,200. I dropped a zero.
If him and the beetle do it though,
No, it would need the entire party because that's 12. That's 12,000.
I mean, I can put it in a brick and then drop it down the well.
I was going to say, it's not like we have a 10-ton cart sitting outside.
Well, a 10-ton cart can't take the 5 foot.
It could take like a 4 foot.
Between the whole party, you could swing a 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot cube because that's only 6.5 ton.
Only.
Yeah, create stone. Mold stone is a powerful spell when utilized in this way.
When you're trying to put something in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
the
easiest thing we can do
problem
is
it's like what constitutes stone?
Mm. Yeah, none of us want to fucking get a like a PhD in like what is it, geology?
I'm literally looking at it now and going,
Hey-o.
Hello, Jess.
and looking at it. Would it be granite? Would it be limestone, marble, rhyolite?
What was it, like basalt or something?
Yeah, basalt's
What's
apparently one of
happening?
the lightest ones.
What's happening? What are we doing?
We're trying to work out what kind of rock to put the lamp in.
I'm trying to work out what would be the common rock in the area.
I don't know.
well,
Is
if
it mountainous?
It's in the middle of
No.
a forest.
No.
if the rock is light enough,
It is at the head of a river, though.
if the rock is light enough that Ibley can carry, Ibley is amphibious, so Ibley can, like mold earth at the bottom of the river.
Well, looking at
Serena,
slate, which is a rock commonly found near rivers, it's fuck off heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Pete roll a constitution?
Because he didn't sleep.
No, that was for Bailey.
Raymond can drag a 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot cube of slate.
Serena once again asked why are we throwing our reward off the cliff and says she does not agree with this.
I'll be back.
We've been through this already.
She looks and says, are you willing to forego your share of the reward because I do not agree to this and you're throwing part of the reward off a cliff?
Yes, you can have my 8 gems, whatever the fuck it is. This is for the good of the planet.
Okay. Serena just shrugs her shoulders, pretty much at this point realizing probably not going to get an answer as to what it actually does other than bad juju, and if you're determined to forego your share of the reward to throw that part off the cliff, whatever.
There are things more important than money.
Food!
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay, so since I wasn't there, did I get anything? Because my page isn't updated.
You hadn't even shared. I just don't think anybody added it to your sheet.
What's
I
that?
don't even know if I added my
Technically,
share to my
loot
sheet.
deviation is happening this session.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've
I was
got
gonna say,
gemstones.
Yeah.
Sorry. James, I'm going to whisper roll you an intelligence thing for the thing we talked about earlier.
Uh-huh.
How do I? It's /W.
/W, or you can. Yeah, or you can just go to your sheet, go to the cog, and then click whisper to GM in the cog section.
Or if you got a pen and paper, you can just hand it to James.
No.
She needs to do a roll.
Ah,
Yes, if we're dividing up the gems,
well, wasn't the discussion if we're going to get them, sell them first and then divvy up, or are we just going to divvy up the gems?
well, that's the thing.
Okay.
They're uncut gems, so it would be.
I
Do
thought
people
we were
want to get
gonna
them
do
cut
I thought
first?
we were just gonna do the uncut.
Ibli like
Yeah.
gem.
So uncut, it is 85,
Oh, that didn't work.
87.5 gold each.
Why did that?
No, you got to toggle your rolls to GM roll if you're going to do a
Yeah.
roll.
87.5.
Thank you, Mikey.
Gold of uncut gems.
I thought I could do a thingy.
No. For rolls, you have to toggle. I mean, you could have just done it publicly. We don't know what the roll's for.
What's the point?
Well, what
Defeats the
secrets?
purpose.
So yes, if we're dividing up the uncut gems, that's how much each person
There
gets.
you go, James.
Is that minus me?
Why minus you?
Because that was just
Were,
his
were you
argument.
not listening?
If he's going with the whole throw the lamp in the river, he needs to give up something.
I did say I was pissing off for a minute to go do something.
11.
So, how much is it?
If Mikey's doing that, then it's 100 gold each in uncut gems.
Well, I basically say it to everybody who's like throwing this thing off the cliff because it's Haley's character, to my knowledge, was agreeing with Mikey last session, not that I was there.
Yeah, it was me, Haley, and Pete with a 4 for that, I think.
So,
Yeah, it was Mikey, me, Haley, and Bailey in the tavern.
so basically, Serena says to everyone that's like, "Oh, we're gonna throw it off the cliff." If you're throwing that off the cliff, are you willing to forego whatever equates to your share of the reward, or at least partial reward, because you're throwing part of everybody else's reward off a fucking cliff without giving us a reason why, other than bad fucking juju. So,
I was going to say, my guy's half passed out on the roof, so
Yeah, Pete's not there for all intents and purposes.
Also,
I'm also the one with the uncut gems at the moment.
Also, finalized statement. Apparently, granite is the ideal building stone for fucking buildings. So, local rock is granite. Without an exhaustive research, the number one building thing for drywalls is generally granite rock.
Okay.
See.
It's just most days slate is mostly used now because you build the wall out of concrete and just stick slate to it.
It's pretty.
Hey James, you're the one that spoke to Trent and Haley earlier.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because again, obviously, it's said to everyone, including Trent and Haley. So.
Well, Lubash just wants to know what the lamp does, because no one has told Lubash yet.
No, didn't it come out with Pete when he was high?
No, Pete said something along the lines of...
I said there's something inside of it, and then fluttered out the room.
No one has actually given Lubash a straight answer.
I mean, the few of us that know doesn't give anyone a straight answer.
Yeah, Lubash hasn't gotten a straight answer, so all he wants to know is what's inside it.
And all I said, there's something magic inside, and flew out.
And Navarra is hesitant to just throw it in a lake or something, as that's putting this powerful item out in the wild. This is me inferring from a 2-sentence description earlier, by the way. So if I'm drastically wrong and Haley comes back next week and goes, I'm inferring off 1 sentence she gave me earlier. Basically, that she doesn't want to just chuck it in a lake because then it's a powerful magic item in the wild that's uncontrolled. At least if it's with the party, even if it doesn't get used, the party knows where it is. It's not just going to get found by some farmer or something who takes it home, cleans it up, and stumbles across what it can do and does some real damage.
Yeah.
Also, as she says, it could be a very useful get out of jail free card
True.
if required.
That's something I was gonna do. I was gonna pray about it. See if I could get an audience.
Roll me a D100.
Oh, good.
No, he's gonna fuck it up for everyone.
I'll just try to get an audience.
You're level 7, right?
Yes.
Yoink.
What's that?
Hello.
Oh, right.
Hola. Yeah.
What the fuck is that noise? Oh, right, we're in secret channel.
Jess is muting all of her stuff so it doesn't so it doesn't continue to transfer through. So technically, Jess gets a little bit of inside information because she's sitting in the same room as me.
Yeah, alright.
But you sit down to pray. I'm guessing specifically over the lamps subject.
Yeah.
After about half an hour of prayer, I'm assuming you did this the last night, not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
not you've
I've
had breakfast and then gone, give me 5 minutes.
I gotta go talk to someone.
Yeah, I'm assuming you've done this last night.
Yeah, this is last night, yeah.
You've done whatever it is for your prayer rituals.
Yeah.
And after a few minutes of praying on this, your consciousness is drawn back into itself, up into the sky through the clouds, and it comes down on a shale-ridden island with scorched trees, where standing before you is the same reminiscent being of lightning. You seek my counsel.
I do, Almighty Lord. We have an item that's too powerful for mortals. I was wondering if you could make it not on this plane anymore.
I would not say it is too powerful for mortals. Dangerous,
Well,
yes, but
it's inadvisable for mortals to have.
where's the fun in that? I will make a point.
Well,
Remember, your god's not exactly on the lawful spectrum.
I know, but it could also completely unbalance nature. It could upset the pantheon.
Only if used irresponsibly. It's not a powerful enough item to affect the pantheons directly, as the spell is still within the bounds of mortal knowledge. Basically,
Yeah.
because it is restricted to Wish, which is a 9th level spell, it's
Yeah.
10th and above that can directly affect the pantheon. The spell to become a god was a 12th level spell, I think. 10th and
Jesus.
above isn't even possible in most campaigns now.
Yeah.
So Wish being powerful, the most you could use it to do is break a contract with a god. You can't like wish a god out of existence. You can wish a god off the plane, but then the god says fuck you and comes right back.
And now he's angry.
Yes.
But yeah, I was wondering if you could, you know, I don't know how to phrase this. I don't know if taking it off our hands is the best thing, but I don't know if, throwing it in a river is going to keep it out of foolish hands.
I would not advise throwing it anywhere unattended, because then you do not know who could get a hold of it.
That's why I
I
thought
will
we
not
could.
take it off your hands, as an item of this power, if I am seen meddling directly like this in the affairs of mortals, it could cause the others to become upstarted, or cause zealots to seek out the item. As
I mean, I could call it an offering.
if you wish to call it an offering, find a temple, make a temple. I will not take the I will not take the item to take it to another plane. Considering what it holds, it would be disadvantageous to remove it from the plane and potentially cause further issues. Also, were I to store it somewhere, if it was on my home plane and someone got hold of it, the spells within inside it could be used to much greater effect. For they would
So
be
you're saying don't discard it, but don't give it to you.
if the lamp is on this side of the barrier and used on one of the deific planes, it will be substantially more powerful because it will not be blocked by the ruling of 9.
Well, this is a conundrum because I probably shouldn't use it, and we shouldn't get rid of it, and a god shouldn't have it.
It's not so much a case of God shouldn't have it, but being on a god's plane shouldn't. Yes.
Could you destroy it?
If we were for sure the item did not have any charges, if I destroy the item, it would release the entity within,
Yeah,
meaning the
that's less
entity
than
would be
ideal.
free to use its abilities to its choice.
Well, that's less than ideal. Alrighty. I'll have to take all this under advisement.
Yes.
Mighty Lord. Man.
Yep. I'll drag you back to the main channel.
Jump that direction.
Oh god, I came into an argument, righto.
Oh, good.
It's all right. It was a friendly discussion.
Probably more friendly than the one Mikey just had. I'll be back in a
Oh
moment.
boy, yeah.
So were you touched again?
Yeah, me and God had a talk. Turns out all the plans I had are less than ideal.
Oh, that's not good.
I mean, that's just God's opinion. What does God know?
A hell of a lot. It's a god.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is God's opinion?
God's opinion is don't throw it in a river.
I mean,
But
what would a god know, right?
I know, right? He said unattended magic items are probably worse than us having it.
James said he'll be back in a minute to
Yep.
clarify shit if needed.
God also said that he can't have it, otherwise he might start a pantheonic shit fight. Which is less than ideal. I said I could leave it as an offering to him, but then I'd have to build a temple. And who has the time?
We've got mold, earth, shape, stone. We've got enough materials.
I can do shapestone once a day. I can make a brick a day.
Well, here's the thing. How big of a temple or shrine do you need to leave an offering?
I don't know. That's not a
We
question.
could literally just make a small shrine out of a 5x5 piece of
Yeah,
stone,
but he
because
said
it
that
has-
if it goes to a deific,
Do we want to start a pantheon shit fest?
no,
Blah, blah, blah.
he says he can't take it because that'll be seen as meddling in the affairs of mortals and whatnot, and the pantheon's not a
How
fan
long
of
do
that.
they need?
I don't know. But if I leave it as an offering, that's all right. But then if it's on the deific plane and someone finds it, then it's not bound by physics and could be much worse.
Yeah.
And God can't destroy it because that'll just make it worse.
Destroying it
Can
will
we wish
release
it to
the
destroy itself?
destroying it will release the genie inside to use its abilities to its choosing.
Can we wish it to destroy itself, as in destroy the genie inside?
You can try.
No, because it'll still have charges.
No, that's when you just wish to banish it to its home dimension.
Again, but
not being the lamp.
then it doesn't have reins on it.
Just banish it to its own demi-plane that only exists around it.
So apparently, according to God, the best thing is for us to hold on to it.
Them plot
Ibly
hooks be trying to
doubtful.
sink in.
Ibly doubt your
Well, no. To be
thingy.
fair, I did give Mikey legitimate reasoning for all of my answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't James. It was God.
It was a case of throwing it in the river leaves it for generic people
Anyone.
to find it and potentially do more damage. And none of the gods can take it because if it's on the deific plane, it's not beholden to the rule of 9. Meaning it will be Wish will be able to substitute for a 10th plus level spell.
Yeah.
And God can't take it because it'll start a deific shit fight.
Yeah, if even if a deity takes it to not use it, it's going to send zealots and possibly fighting. And if he just destroys the lamp, it will release the genie to use its wishes how it chooses. Which it's been locked in this lamp for God knows how long. Imagine how annoyed it might be.
I'll be back in a minute.
So what you do is you summon the genie, you make a contract with the genie that you will release it to its home plane with a soul binding contract that it will not interfere in any capacity in the mortal plane
Well,
for the next century.
how many charges did it have?
3.
3.
We could just wish for really mundane stuff. Be like, can I have a bag of jelly beans, a jug of water, and like a pointed stick?
At
Be
this
mindful.
point, I will point.
Ibli points out that pointed stick may come a part of you, as in such out of your innards.
Flies through the air at you at high speeds.
I will also point out that several party members have said that there is things like information they wouldn't be adverse to wishing for, including Cujo. Have all said like there's information they could wish for which wouldn't have an immediate impact. It's not like they're wishing for a castle or something.
So maybe if it's just like intangible things, it would be okay.
I wouldn't mind having information about all this giant stuff that's going on for me.
But again,
That could end so horribly.
the
I wish for a
information
+1 on strength.
the information comes with a cost or a downside. So it could be like incredibly vague, or
All of a sudden, you undergo all of your future rights now when you're not
Immediately.
prepared or strong enough.
Oh, that could end so badly.
The thing,
Because how the
that's
fire
your
went
answer.
for you last time.
Yeah, I got a shield out of it after being punted through everything.
And poor Buttercup.
for what I got.
It was not my fault. I fell unconscious and was tied to the horse while I was out.
You
Still
bifurcated
not
a horse.
You fell off the fucking horse by falling unconscious. We needed to get out of the forest.
I was walking, I think.
Onwards.
Yeah, before
So-
this turned into a shit fest.
I guess I'll talk to Haley and I'll talk to the Ailey's and Peter and be like, well, since we can't, seeing as getting rid of it's inadvisable, according to God, should we tell the others what it is, and try and agree on 3 really mundane, shitty things to wish for?
You hear a slight thud outside.
Navarra basically turns and says, "We need to at least tell Lubash before he just takes it and tries to figure out what it is." Since this whole time Lubash is like, "Will someone just tell me what it is?"
It's a thingy.
The whole time Lubash has just been getting more and more irate because you're all just dancing around what it is.
Yeah, Serena's just got this like annoyed look on her face, but it's
Resting bitch
essentially, like,
face.
essentially, but it's just like whatever. You want to throw it off a cliff? Use money.
They're actually thinking of
None of us
using
noticed
the
because
wishes.
it's just their normal face.
They're actually thinking of using the wishes now.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
My character's opinion is put it somewhere where we know and nobody else.
also Stoner
again-
Bird hasn't come inside yet.
No, that's what the thud outside was. I'm now on the floor.
Question:
As I
will
said,
wishing for
Stoner Bird
sentience on
hasn't
a
come
creature
inside
be
yet, so no one
mundane?
knows Stoner Bird's opinion.
Well, that's what I said. I'm talking to the Ailey's and Pete. I'm waiting for Pete to come inside.
Question:
Mm-hmm.
Is wishing for sentience on a creature mundane?
No. No.
Definitely not.
That's a 3rd level spell? No.
No,
What's
Awaken is like
No,
a
but-
5th or a 7th level spell.
But again, you got to think of the downside. You got to turn him into a serial killer.
Yes. For the sake of how the wish spell operates, replicating a spell of 8th level or lower has no drawbacks. But this is also not just the wish spell.
Yeah.
So yes, within the bounds of the
This
wish
is wish with
spell,
a
there is
confidence.
no repercussions. But this is coming through a genie, so
While we're having breakfast, or when we have breakfast,
this is over breakfast, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Serena once again asks Ibli, what is the lamp? What's special about it?
Yeah, because no one ever actually told Serena either.
No, it has bad fucking juju.
Question:
Due to
what's the
Ibli's
door
broken
onto the
English.
tavern like?
Door onto the tavern.
Or into the tavern?
Yeah.
Just a solid panel or
No,
footdoors?
it would be an actual door, I would say.
Uh-huh.
Because this is a tavern / inn, so it's not going to have like a saloon style door on it.
Yeah.
It's probably got like a solid door / maybe double door that is probably blocked open at this point, being the fact that it is daytime and they just want some airflow. So the door is
Yeah.
probably held open.
Cool. I just walk in, walk past everyone, go straight to the bar. Go, water.
He just sort of slides you the jug that is already evidently out.
Ooh.
And I just drink the whole jug.
As he walks past, can I attempt to trip him?
Dexterity save with disadvantage. Attack roll with advantage.
What happened to make you all hate him?
Stuff.
He
Plenty of
ate a
stuff.
mushroom and burst into everyone's room yelling about.
I went
random
to everybody's room as
Oh,
a
okay.
hummingbird last night.
I'm assuming just like gonna roll with like my greatsword or something.
Yeah, but we'll be taking proficiency off this as it is
Just roll a d20.
as you trip him even without the 3 for proficiency, because it would be an unarmed attack.
Yeah, I just as he walks past, either like stick out my mole or my greatsword or my foot, whatever's gonna reach him.
Stumble with a. It was the second roll, so a 17. You don't fall over, but you do have 5 or 6 stumbled steps and catch yourself on the bar.
Yep.
To anybody who wasn't paying attention to the actual tripping, it looks like you tripped over your own feet. One of those situations where you've kicked the back of your own heel.
As I said, I then just half drown myself drinking all the water.
And Serena just looks and says, "You should be a bit more careful when you walk."
Bird fly. Drink water now.
To answer Serena's question, Ibli says, okay, so it...
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Fuck's sake.
I was going to say, question. Did I hear her ask the question?
Probably. You were coming in the door at the time.
How returned are my faculties at this point?
You're fine.
Okay. So I'm fully back to normal. Okay. I just, one eye, twist around, look at them as I'm drowning in water. Stop, shake my head, look at her, and just go, you don't want to fuck with it? That's all you need to know.
I'm asking what is in it. It is the group's loot, not just yours, pointing to Ibli, Mikey, Haley, and Peter.
I'd like to point out Ibli has no idea what's actually in it.
Were you in the room when we found out?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ibli doesn't even know what that is.
No, right.
Which is why it came out in grung instead of common.
See, I talked to the people who know. I'm like, alright. I guess we can make it really mundane. But should we tell the others? Because the others are a little bit crazy.
Wait, are you thinking of using that?
Well, I spoke to God. And God said leaving it unattended is a terrible idea. and giving it to him is a terrible idea, and destroying it's a terrible idea. I'm kind of out of options.
Put it in a fucking vault somewhere.
Again, leaving it unattended. If we can't watch it, and do you have access to a vault?
Technically, we all do. Well, actually, I'm not sure about those two or him pointing at the Bailey, Trent, and Jess.
Ibley just gave a thumb behind and said beetle.
No, we're not feeding it to the beetle.
You all been to Shan. You could all go to the vaults in Shan.
Have you heard of a bank robbery before?
Have you heard of the House of Warding before?
No.
Good luck getting past them and living.
I mean, a warlock broke into a Decanus safe house and tried to
Yeah,
murder me.
that's Decanus, not the House of Warding.
Still a house.
After this arguing, Serena just finishes her breakfast, shrugs her shoulders, and says, "Don't care what you do with it, but that's your payment for this job."
What everyone cares about the money.
And looks and says, "Where's the rest of the loot?"
Well, I point at Lubash because apparently he's got one. I say he's got one of the paintings. I pull out the other two, reach into my pocket and pull out the bag of gems. There's the gems.
I walk over, grab the paintings and the gem.
So how come they're all yours?
Look and say they're not, but I'm not leaving them with you.
Why?
You know what that is,
Yes.
what that lamp is, and you're part of that, pointing to Mikey, Haley, and again, Ibley. Serena kind of not really understanding whether or not Ibley fully
I was
understands.
going to say, and what is that? Just because I know what it is does not mean I have any opinion about it. I know it is dangerous, that is it.
Serena just rolls her eyes and says, "I'm just gonna go check on the horses," and takes the stuff. And goes and checks on the horses. When you guys have made a decision, you're ready to move on, I'll be out with the horses.
Should we tell the angry one?
I just look over it and say, "You're the captain."
I don't know how many times I can tell you, but I'm really not. I'm just someone on the direct line to God.
You're still the one that's my captain. You hired me. As long as I get my share, I don't care. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go find somewhere quiet.
I wonder why.
I then go out and crawl into the back of the wagon.
So should we just go up to him every 10 minutes and be like, ah!
Do you
You
call it the
alive?
wagon that Serena hired?
Unless there's another wagon in town.
Yes.
James?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the wagon's with the horses or near
Probably.
the horses. I wish to make as much noise as possible.
You're in plate mail, so that's not particularly hard.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Ibley knows what's going on with Pete. Ibley wishes to follow about banging a pot lid and a dagger.
I'm in
Ibley
light
loves.
armor.
You're in
This is
chainmail.
annoying.
That's heavy armor.
Okay, well, you
Why do you do this to me?
You asked you the same question 10 hours ago.
Yeah, no, I just basically.
What are you talking about?
I basically just start like banging shit, whatever I have, and look and
I
say.
ate dinner and I ended up on a roof. What are you talking about?
I look and say, last night you happened to be tripping the fuck out and
What the fuck
woke
are you
us
talking
up.
about? What are you talking about? I had dinner and I somehow ended up on a roof.
You flew around yelling something about seeing color and tasting color and whatever else. Do not eat more mushrooms.
That's all I ate.
Do not eat the ones you brought then.
But they're cool.
He's chasing the dragon.
Serena just shrugs her shoulders, says whatever, and then goes back to making as much noise as possible while looking after the horses.
Fine. I just get up and walk out. Walk down the street out of town.
If only you could fly into a tree.
Hey, imagine having a migraine and saying, you can run.
I mean, if it's to get peace and quiet, I think it'd be worth it.
But yes, I'd try and find somewhere quiet. Though I suspect I'm going to be annoyed.
James, do you know if Haley's accessible right now?
You should be able to shoot them a message on Facebook.
Oh, I don't have her on Facebook.
I can shoot them a message if you want.
Say, if we make the wishes for something really, really mundane, should we use it? Because God said not to throw it in the bin. Also, should we tell the others what it is?
See, Jess, you missed a perfectly fine chance. I effectively have a hangover. You should have offered me a compromise. You make sure shit's quiet for me, and I probably would have told you what it is.
I'd like to point out she had an even better bargaining chip. Tell me what it is, and she'll touch you and make the headache go away. She has lay on hands.
Yeah.
Like 5 points of it would have removed the migraine.
I also have healing potion,
Yeah.
but that would be bargaining.
Yeah,
It would also get you what
Jess's
you
character
want.
exists in a bubble of pure spite and rage.
What was your wording on using the wishes? Using them for
Mundane shit.
Really mundane things.
Let's just say Serena has other problems.
I just shot a message through. It says
Yeah.
she was active 10 minutes ago. So
Okay.
Hey James, I did roll you a thingy.
yes, I was also typing.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yes, I did see your intelligence check earlier. I was getting to that.
Okay.
With a 10,
It's an 11. But
with
yeah.
an 11,
Do I at least somewhat connect the dots?
you have an idea? Nothing concrete. You have an inkling of one or two aspects. But you
Fine.
have not had an epiphany.
Fine.
Yeah.
You are suspicious as fuck.
A little bit. Haley is responding. Blah, 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 blah,
Did
blah.
you add the bit where it said, God said not to throw it away?
Yeah, that was what I opened with.
Okay.
Mikey prayed, and his God said not to throw the lamp in the river. He wants to know your opinion on telling the others and using the wishes for really mundane wishes. Yeah, I think she'd be cool with that.
Okay. Well, gather around, children.
Now, question: who makes the wishes, and do you want to get the other two back first?
3.
So I'm saying,
3?
gather around, children.
Jess, Peter, who else left?
Ibley.
Ibley left?
Ibley only went out there for the moment. Once Peter walked off, Ibley went back inside.
Yeah, I thought so.
Ibley went outside banging a pot and done.
Yeah, no, I was pretty sure Ibley had come back inside. I thought I'd missed someone actually walking off for like a legitimate distance or something.
No.
I will point out, Navarra does have sending, so she can message the other two without having to go chase them.
I mean, well, they're just outside, so.
Jess is just outside. Party doesn't know where Peter is, but someone can probably grab Jess's
Well, Peter already
character
knows
in
what it is.
5 seconds.
So, gather around, children. Frog, do you want to go grab the angry one?
I do like how the paladin is referred to as the angry one, not the barbarian.
The barbarian is the stupid one.
Bailey. Bailey there.
Yeah, Bailey's here. Just an awkward silence as Ibley hops off the chair after finally getting back on it and just walks off. Something mumbling about being 3 feet tall is not fun as it seems.
So after you've been harassing Pete for a few minutes, Ibley comes around the corner.
Well, after they like the first lot, I just fuck off out of town. I didn't hang around too long.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so Ibley comes around.
Inside, please.
Serena just shrugs and fine and follows inside.
Need to think thingy.
Bailey's broken
Serena
a bit.
just looks at Ibley. What?
Need to think thingy. Fucking hell.
And Serena's the one that understands Ibley. I'll point that out.
Right.
Think thingy do.
Fucking hell, dude. Ah!
Serena just okay.
You know you both speak Draconic, right?
Treasure!
Also, I just want to pipe in here. Bailey, just for reference, Dingo's Duels uploaded episode 15 this morning, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I know. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Neat. I want your opinions when you do.
Okay.
As soon as Ibley says treasure, Serena gets it and walks inside.
You have to get him like a fucking chalkboard and chalk just to write down
No, that's gonna be worse!
basic sentences.
I'm going to point out something.
Yeah, no, that's worse.
I'm going to point out something, Mikey.
Mm.
Bailey's talking like this because we worked out Ibley's common was his second language.
Yeah.
Grung don't have a written language.
Yeah, alright.
So unless you can read what equates to Aztec Braille,
It's fine, everything's fine.
So Serena walks in and says, treasure? What
Where's-
now?
Where's the bird?
Walked off that way, points in the direction Peter would have walked off. I was being deliberately loud because he was loud last night.
That's understandable.
Eating and taking care of horses can be extremely loud.
That's a bit more of a stretch, but okay. So,
Do you want me to go walk and get him?
oh, it's fine. He already knows what it is. I guess we've come to a decision that we should share with the group what it is. With limits.
Okay.
So I assume everyone's here now.
everyone but Peter.
How is there anyone else in this tavern?
Just the barkeeper, who was there last night.
And
I should have asked the barkeep.
He didn't hear.
No, he did.
yeah,
Haley identified it right in front of him. You didn't go anywhere. Haley literally identified it at the bar.
Yeah, true.
Damn barkeep. Fuck.
Because I remember somebody basically asking the barkeep why the previous mayor didn't use the lamp.
So, the lamp has a gin in it.
Okay. So we
With
can make wishes.
we can make 3 wishes. But at potentially terrible cost. And potentially planet-altering circumstances.
So don't make big wishes. Make stupid wishes. Stupid small wishes.
I mean, the current plan is to ask for really mundane shit that possibly couldn't go wrong.
Tug, Serena.
Yes, Ibly.
Little drop, big ripple.
Yes.
I mean, like,
Okay.
we could ask for like a bunch of apples, and like, oh, the apples could taste bad. Oh no, it's not gonna destroy a
Poisoned
country.
sentient apples.
You
We're
ask
not
for
gonna do.
you
We're
ask for
not
a
gonna
bunch
do
of
The
apples.
I
Borderlands
was
2.
there.
You ask for a bunch of apples. A crate of apples appears above your head.
Yeah.
As well as a notice of Apple Thief on a wanted poster.
Yeah, or just things that aren't gonna do Borderland 2.0.
As I said, sentient poisoned apples.
So like, surely like things like information couldn't possibly go wrong. I know I say that, and it's gonna totally fuck us over.
Eldritch
But
knowledge.
um,
I wish to ask. I wish to ask for one piece of information, if it is possible.
I mean, there's what 8 of us, and we need to work out 3, I guess, questions. Because surely questions is the best thing.
I mean, I'll eat it.
If it is a possibility, I wish to ask if insert death, the stupid beast that can wipe out
Peanuts on it?
memory. James.
Wailing
Green ones aren't
White or
nuts.
whatever
Yeah,
it
that
was.
thing.
Masked White, wasn't it?
That was it, Masked White.
Yeah.
I wish to ask if the mask white is a real
Got a
thing.
tub of ice cream, so if you want it,
All right, that's one question. Who else has a question?
I'd be right back. I'm getting ice cream.
That's completely justified.
I'm hungry.
Look at Ibley.
Tango.
What?
Him.
That may have been in response to the message I just sent Bailey.
No, I didn't. I only just read that. And no, I was saying Tanjiro.
Ah, yeah.
So Kujiro.
Tanjiro.
Kujiro.
I got the
Kujiro.
first letter wrong. My apologies.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I sent Bailey my a comment that I'd already discussed with Bailey relating to this earlier.
Mm.
I'm not going to share it because it may swing certain parties' opinions on how the lamp may be used. But I had spoken to Bailey about this earlier this week.
Hola.
So does
Hold on.
anyone else have any ethereal questions?
Well, obviously, I look at Kujiro, or yeah, Kujiro.
Kojiro.
Kudrow.
He looks at you.
Just think of the actor who plays Phoebe in Friends, Lisa Kudrow. That's how I remember it.
Pretty much. He sort of turns. I wouldn't mind finding out. Well, the problem with using the wish for information is I already know I need a.
Sorry.
Fuck.
Sorry, that was the timer on my phone.
That was
Sorry.
Jess's dinner timer going off. He looks goes. I don't really need a wish for information. I already know that I need the wish spell to undo what it's done.
There's too much potential for bad.
I agree. I agree that the djinn could twist my family's return, which is why I did not argue about using it. I'm happy to wait and try and find another way, a more
stable way.
Stable is a good way of using wish. Be that waiting for a wizard caster who is capable of casting or finding another item that's not necessarily attached to some form of potentially malignant creature. Malignant is not the word I was looking for.
I mean, it works. Malign.
I forget. Like I had a word in mind, and halfway through that sentence,
Malignant.
I think that was.
Nefarious.
It wasn't. It wasn't nefarious. It wasn't. I think it was malignant, like Pete said. I was halfway through that,
Ne'er-do-well.
and Jess's alarm completely derailed my thought train.
Sorry.
But yeah. Long story short, he doesn't really want to use the wish because he already has the information, and he agrees that bringing his family back could end up bringing them back twisted.
Yeah,
Also,
using a
bring
gin for
them
that
back,
could
but-
make them like zombies.
The other thing is, as he goes on to explain, bringing his family back before his brother is dealt with is just asking for his brother to return and just erase them again.
Anyone else have any questions that they need answered?
I mean, like-
Navara does comment that they have a question, but it's something that they would rather ask for in private potentially. And
Yeah, no one gets the lamp in private.
And don't quote me on that because like I don't know. I know Haley has a wish for information that she would like to do. I just don't know how public she wants to be about it.
Like, ground rules are no one uses the lamp by himself. We got to do it in front of everyone. What?
Yes.
Ken has once done.
I mean, once it's a mundane lantern, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yay! Slight little dance on the.
Want see in dark. Want see in dark.
Ibley likes the look of the lamp.
We're gonna wish for information. Jin gets summoned. Ibley, wish for dark vision. And now I've just put the idea out there that anyone could just shout out a wish before anything.
Well, isn't it the person who rubs the lamp gets
That's
to do
how
the...
they work in modern stuff. That's also when it's 3 wishes per person.
Oh, well,
This is closer to Dragon Ball Z Shenron, first person to out the wish.
Okay, because yeah, I don't know if that got clarified with the identify.
No, it hadn't been. I'm going to go ahead and say this is closer to, because you're summoning a sentient creature, you're going to summon the creature out, and then it will probably be you would assume, because it's not going to be wielder of the lamp. It's you would assume.
Bitches, what do you need?
By safe bet, it's just going to address the party. You're not 100% sure. It could come out and go, "Oh, holder of the lamp," but it could just pop up and go, "What do you want?"
For reference, I'm messaging Haley now, and I did ask her if she has a question. She would ask the lamp, in public because
Fair.
obviously.
I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to grab Jess's food.
Maybe ask Trent as well, because he's also a part of the group.
How to be better thief.
No, because if anyone's going to yell out, it's going to be Trent.
Actually, no. How to be better bard. How
Trent
to
goes,
seduce
"Can I have the
everything
pick
and
of
not get
destiny?"
STDs?
Kill the best bard in the world series. What's his vocal cord?
Oh my god. All I can think of is like if Google was a guy sort of questions.
Oh god.
Character. How to be best bard. How to not get STD with monster. How to survive. How to seduce mind
No,
flayer.
Trent just asked for the
Okay,
pick
so-
of destiny.
James. Hey, apparently Haley would possibly ask about her family in public, like wanting to know where they are. So that's a thing. Yes.
Anyone ask Trent?
Yeah, I've just said also applies to Trent, and then Haley's responded back with, "Does Trent know what it does at this point because his character wasn't told?" And I'm like, yes.
Everyone has been told.
Yeah.
And the bird is still out of town.
Can we get a Can we get a sent to Pete? Be like, we're discussing what to do with the lamp.
She just casts. We are discussing what wishes to be used on the lamp.
Okay, Trent doesn't.
Yeah, she
think
passes
so.
on a. He passes on a.
Yeah.
They pass on a message under 25 words that basically says, "We're going to use the lamp for wishes. Do you have any input? Come back."
I just
I'm
had
not
a
going to
really
sit here
terrible
and
thought.
count words and
Yeah.
be
Nah, all
super
good.
picky about it.
I just had a terrible thought.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing Trent, he'd ask for like some mundane thing that I gave him a stupid answer to.
Well, apparently he can't think of anything, so.
Well, Haley gets a response back going, brain hurt, be there soon, quiet.
This is when it comes out with like a really booming voice, and Pete goes, I wish it would stop.
I mean, at least one type of Djinn is lightning based and thunder based.
It's like, oh god, I wish everything was silent. Permanently deaf.
Oh, I so want that to happen.
I'll be like, oh, I wish I could do that. Oh boy.
Jin comes out, it's incredibly loud. Oh, I wish I could do that. Suddenly manacles clamp on and the lamp appears. I have become error.
404, 404.
Control Z,
So
Control Z.
I was
Correction.
gonna say, I
Doesn't
make
it
my way
become-
back to the tavern.
Doesn't it
slowly.
become 40 fuck? 4:05.
Yeah, about 5-10 minutes later, Pete arrives. Because I'm assuming you probably wouldn't have gone too far out of town, just far enough that you stopped hearing Jess.
Pretty much.
Which I'd imagine would have only been about 5 minutes down the road, since
Yeah.
sound doesn't travel terribly far.
But yes.
So yeah, Haley would ask where her family is.
Alright, so what's this about the wishes we're doing? Are you doing
So we're
wishes?
pretty much just going to ask for information because that's the easiest and less risky thing. I mean, the worst that happens is we get wrong information. Do you have any super important?
I think the worst that would happen would we get given the information but lose other information we already have.
Oh, don't
Then
tell
why
me
don't you
that.
do the smart thing and ask for one truthful answer from each? One truthful answer to a question from each member of our party.
Whoo!
No.
So Pete just said, why don't we just cast Zone of Truth?
I mean, like, I can do that already, but
So
sure,
can I.
let's get the Djinn
No.
to do it.
The Jinn is to give us one truthful answer for each member of the party.
Yeah, who is your dad and what does he do?
Okay, I'm going to pipe in here on that answer, Peter.
Yep.
You're assuming at that point, Jin, give us one truthful answer. Mikey then turns and goes, where's Mamnon? And the Jin goes, I don't know who Mamnon is. That's a truthful answer. Because
True.
wishing for one truthful answer, you are then wishing for the G to expunge his own knowledge, and he may not be an omnipotent being.
True.
I'm just gonna put that out there before somebody gets pissy because you're like, and the genie goes, don't know who that is. Sorry, that was your answer.
That's when you go, yeah, what's the answer to the universe and everything?
What's the answer to the universe and everything? Pulls out a little pocketbook that says live, laugh, love on it. It says here,
42.
it says here, don't be a dick.
You're not doing very well, Genie.
Deliveries, yeah. I was in the truck and we were leaving mall. I'm like, normally we stay in J.
Wah.
Ignore me for a minute.
Wah.
So, going on. I have no wish for knowledge. I wish his headache was gone.
Yeah, that's a little too mundane. Also, you'd probably then get like dysentery.
Mikey, just for reference, have you got lesser restoration yet?
I have access to it. Do I have it
You
prepared?
should do. It's a level 2 spell.
If you've got it prepared, you are aware that lesser restoration would get rid of his headache.
It's probably fading by now, but it's still there.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's greater restoration to get rid of an exhaustion level, so you wouldn't be able to get rid of that.
Probably. But I haven't got it prepared.
Fair. So Jess is the only one who could remove it.
Yeah.
Mistakes for you.
And since she's already worked once to exacerbate it, I doubt she's going to remove it.
So we've got Haley wants to know where her family is.
I want to know if the masked white is a real thing.
Well, don't we know it's a real thing?
Mm-mm.
We only have the story from Cujo, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you're doubting a guy to his face.
And like the two people who saw the shadowy figure, like the night of.
Which is me. I was one of them, but I still want to actually ask.
So, where's Haley's family? Is Kudrow full of shit? And then, does anyone else have a question?
Are you really a dragonborn? Kidding.
Aren't we going to go investigate the Silver Lake? Get all the information about that now.
I mean, some other people might have. I mean, because we're already going to find information about that.
Save us a trip.
I mean, I might find out where my family's at. Although my family kind of travels a bit.
You could ask what the timey-wimey farmers really are.
Oh, that's a great question.
They keep fucking traveling.
The time wizard farmers. But there's always the risk of him going, oh.
I'm gonna throw a point out there that maybe people haven't realized. You do have two missing in action party members that you don't know about.
Do we?
Azir and Peter.
Azir and who?
Azir and Peter's last character.
The one that died next week.
The one that died last week.
Right.
You guys went traveling for like 3 weeks. That nobody in the party actually knows where or if they're alive. Azir just disappeared. And Pete's character, as far as you know, is still in Shan.
No, all they know is I fucked off ahead of them. They don't know where I am.
Well, they knew you were going to Shan. And you have family in Shan.
I still vote timey-wimey wizard farmers.
Or, what's the deal with that slave trader?
He's a slave trader. What else is there to know?
Or how do I kill Mamnon for good?
That's a good question.
Alright, so we got Navari's family. We've got is Kudrow full of shit? And how do I kill Evil Warlock? Anyone have anything else they want to ask? Like, push out one of those.
How many more trials have I got?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we'll just play the Mammoth thing.
None. Do them now.
We'll just guess with the Mammoth thing. Let's find out how many giant things Raven has to be afflicted with.
That's it. It gets twisted. None. He has them all now.
I retract my question.
Do you want to do the question or not? Because you got to consider the downsides.
I was going to say, think of the worst way you could fuck it over.
Because James will do it.
I love that you just automatically assumed I'm going to fuck with every question.
James, we've been playing this game. Well, I've been playing with you for what, 3 years now?
Something like that.
I know how you operate.
Actually, wouldn't it be
It's a bear trap. It's a literal bear.
No.
Bailey's been playing with us for about 2 years. Mikey about 3, because we just passed 4 years of Swordcraft, and Mikey didn't join the D&D campaign until after the first.
When I was playing, Jared was still there, and I think his name David was there.
Anyway,
I've been D&Ding with you guys for 2 years. Shit.
Something like that.
All right, so are we going with Raymond's question?
Raymond, your question, yes or no? Women.
I heard leather.
Your question.
Type in the chat.
Eating.
Type in the chat.
How
Go,
many
Julie.
how many trials are there total?
Isn't that the question?
Oh, I originally said how many do I have left? I want a number, not a potential everything at once. How many trials are there total?
Right.
17, and you're doing them all.
So, how many giant trials are there in total? Where's Navarro's family?
Specifically for me. I don't mean all the giants.
Right. And is Kudro full of shit?
I love how that's one of them.
Well, that's what Jess is basically saying.
Is that how you're going to ask it?
No. Does the creature, the masked white, actually exist? I wish
And
to
how do
know.
we kill it?
So, Pete, work out what the questions are. Write them in chat. I want exact
Mikey.
wording.
That's Mikey.
Mikey
not
or
me.
Pete, I don't care. Pete's normally the one who takes notes. I want exact wording.
All right.
Oh my god.
I'm staying out of these wishes.
No, as I said, Mikey assumes I'm going to screw with everything, so I want exact wording.
Yep.
Because if I'm apparently going to mess with everything and try and twist everything, if there's exact wording, there's no room for I didn't say it like that.
Yeah.
Kind of want you to do it because it's always funny when you do.
I don't know. It is hella funny when he fucks with shit. Because that's why I like it when James is DM. Because he has a creative mind.
I have a question for James. Is anybody coming to the pub while we're discussing this?
No, because you're discussing this at like 8 in the morning.
Okay then.
You're literally doing it over the breakfast table.
All right. So this is probably going to be number one.
So do you want to do the questions as they're typed out, or do you want to get all...
No, that's what I'm good. That's what I'm discussing with the party. Is there any way this could go wrong?
Clarify that it is your party member Navira. Otherwise, you're going to get it from some random Navira somewhere in the world.
Living family.
No, he wants to know the condition of the current location and condition.
Oh wait, we should probably be
Vara's
specific. We should
family
probably
and-
be specific about family members because it could end up being a whole family tree.
Yeah.
You know, starts rattling off. This is Jacob C. Lewis
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Jacob B. Lewis
Sixth cousin,
dead.
4 times removed.
Dead.
Dead.
And we could be sitting there for hours just listening to it.
I assume that's what it was called.
Is a real.
Because I originally wrote it's a real creature, but I figured it's too many use of the word creature.
Yeah, that should work. I know what creature you're referring to. I'm not going to get
Yeah.
pedantic if you use the wrong word without going and having to
I
look
mean,
it up.
I've only ever heard it spoken, so I assume that's what it is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I'm not going to sit here and go, no, because it's like the masked white or some shit. I'm not going to get super pedantic because I gave you guys the listing, and I'm not going to go look up the exact name now.
Yeah. That's not how you spell that.
Give me a moment. I'm actually just reading Haley's backstory stuff as well, just to make sure I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Before you wish for the information on her family, and I go, oh yeah, her father's here, and her father's actually been dead for like 50 years because she's an elf. Before I just ad-lib some family member somewhere and bring someone back to life.
And that one's probably be the last one.
Mm, not sure if the wording giant trials works, but as far as I can tell, that's correct.
I mean, what else would you call them?
We wish
Yeah,
to know
well,
the total
Goliath
number
trials, giant trials, whatever the hell they are, sort of thing.
I would have said runic trials, but nah. Because they all seem to be a rune.
I mean, what does Zelda call them? The giant trials?
Yeah.
The weird fucky dreams that give me power.
Power trips.
Pretty much.
I mean, how else would we describe it to a djinn? Maybe dream trials?
Oh, that's an answer of none.
Well, I mean, unless you can think of something better than giant trials.
I know, but you know what I mean. I don't know what the trials are actually called.
Well, they're freaking giant trials. Like, it's the closest thing.
Mm. I mean, the worst that's happened is we're gonna get, I don't know,
None.
and then we leave with exactly the same amount of information we had before. Big deal.
It's like
We
none.
no longer have
I
a
go through
nuclear
another one
missile in our
tomorrow.
pocket. Yeah.
That Jin lied to us.
I mean, the worst that happens is we end up with no information and we no longer have a nuclear bomb in our pocket.
Ibly gets a free lamp, by the way.
Exactly. He doesn't give a fuck. So, which members of Haley's family does she want to know about? Because we should be.
Her immediate family would be the term she would want to use. I'm just looking for I need to check something for exact wording, but immediate family would be what she'd want to use because that would refer to that would be all of her living family members. Because she's not seen her family in a long enough time that the family member numbers may have grown, so she doesn't want to just list 2 and then find out that she's got
6.
that she's got ones that she didn't know existed, basically.
All right. Does anyone have any issues with the wording of those?
Seems good to me.
I like it.
Do we want to know the location of the Masked White? Oh no, because it'd just be like Masked White. It'd be like, well, there's 8,000 of them.
Yeah, it's kind of very like. Unless we're gonna ask where his brother is, or it's a very.
You could always change it to we wish to know if the creature. We wish to know if the creature known as Masked Right encountered by Cujo
You could ask
is
for a
real.
vision of the scene of Cujo's brother using the mask white to kill his family.
Yeah. That's too. Because it probably just transport us there, and then we end up getting Masked Whited.
Yeah.
More than anything, I think for Serena, she just wants to know if it is a real thing and how we kill it. Because
And if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, Cujo told how we kill it. Because Cujo told her this is what he used. When she went back to the Decanus house, basically the Decanus were like, that can't be a real thing. How would that be a real thing? If it is that's scary, blah blah blah. Basically, no, it's not a real thing.
You mean nobody can remember the thing that erases memories?
Yeah, exactly.
Weird that.
And that's kind of what I said, and they're like, no, that wouldn't be a real thing. So, but she also was one of the people that saw the shadowy figure, in the forest. So it's kind of that whole for Serena, she'd probably be having that I want to believe this person because that's what they told me, and kind of makes sense as to why nobody knows it's a real thing. But at the
Well,
same
he
point,
said it because you can't zone the truth on him.
yeah.
So he was saying all that stuff under Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
As far as he knows, it's real, but she wants to know if it's actually.
Yeah, I suppose. Alrighty,
Yeah.
so is that what we're doing? Those 3 questions?
Yes.
Right. Is there an appropriate location to do this? Maybe not in front of the bartender, because you'll just yell out, "I wish my town was back to normal."
Maybe.
It was-
I look and suggest like
Every other
maybe
town
we
in the
go
place turns into a
into
shithole.
I was about to say, just removes the entire town,
Right.
turns it to forest.
Oh, it turns it
the
all
rooms
Silent
will
Hill.
be the rooms will be potentially cramped with this many people in there.
Let's go find a clearing in the forest or something.
Imbly lead.
Oh, okay. Not the flying one who can scare. Okay. Frog, lead the way.
So it takes you probably about an hour to find a suitable clearing far enough away from the town that you don't think you'll be in.
Before
interacted.
we leave, I look at the barkeep and say, "We will be back. Can you please just keep an eye on the horses? They're being fed, but obviously, please do not let anybody take them."
Also, Serena, can you give Aaron a Panadol poke? I'm sick of hearing about this fucking headache.
I love that.
It's
I love
mostly
that.
gone now.
She shrugs and says, "Fine. It's only like 5 points. I think I would know that.
Which is
So
most of your lay on hands for reference.
no, it's not.
You get 5 per
I
level.
have 30.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm thinking 3.5 lay on hands where you had 1 point per level.
I have 30. I poke him with 5
Yeah,
and say,
whack.
"If you wake me up again tonight after eating another mushroom, do not argue with me that you didn't. I will trip you again and make sure you go splat."
Yeah. You know, I forgot for a second because in 3.5 I believe you only got 1 point of lay on hands per level, and then there were feats that would grant you additional. Yeah, so it takes you about an hour to find a clearing. Because you're not looking for a giant clearing, so you're just looking for like the space where a couple of trees have been logged, but far enough out of town where like
Serena can make a clearing.
Serena
man.
can make enough open air space, but there'd still be tree trunks, and you deal with knocking trees down. But you find a clearing that's far enough out of town that you don't think you're going to be stumbled upon and everything, and the bartender basically just goes, "Yeah, sure. You've got a couple more days before you need to be paid in lieu anyway." So he just waves his hand. So you travel on out into the woods. But it's probably around, I'd say 10:30 in the morning by the time you find a suitable clearing.
Oh, Serena also realizing on the way that this probably sounds like she doesn't believe Kudro says, "I believe you, but it is still questionable."
I believe
I,
you, but I don't.
I don't blame you. It sounds far fetched. Then again, we're about to rub a lamp and summon a genie, so
Our zone of truth, I believe that you believe it's a thing, but
again, we're talking about a mythical creature with unworldly powers. We're about to summon a genie.
I just yell back, I spoke to God last night, right?
There's that as well.
None of this is normal.
I mean,
Yeah, ironically, for our party, this is exactly normal.
So
you
yes.
spoke to your god. I don't necessarily believe your god, but I'm willing to go with it.
So yeah, you find an appropriate clearing. Um,
Serena,
Yes.
what is lantern person?
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Lantern person grants wishes to Genie. Would Serena know any other word to describe it?
Magic
you would
slave.
know
Elemental magic man.
you would know 4, but you don't know which one to use.
Okay,
Magic
Indraconic.
slave.
No, you don't know which one to use because there's 4 types of gin. You don't know what's in the lamp. None of yous do.
I am look at Ibley and tell him all 4 and say it is one of these.
Barely. Roll
You
me
wanna
intelligence or arcana check.
A 16 for Arcana.
Upon hearing, you understand like what the vague concept is. You don't really have a word for it, but you understand that this is a magical creature capable of cast and what it's capable of.
I have a question. A really random question. Seeing as I've been traveling with Ibli for like a year before we got to the party and however long, could I basically not like fully understand, but kind of understand when he's tapping, like, and all that? Like,
Probably you probably catch the occasional word here and there.
so when he like does all the like random mumble, can I please like roll an intelligence to try and understand?
Probably you're gonna get like the occasional word. You're not fluent as you haven't actively tried to learn, but it's the case of if you're hanging around, say, like a German friend who keeps using like the one phrase. Eventually, well, for example, I'm going to say this. For example, you're basically going to be seeing in a Raymond situation where Raymond can recognize a bunch of Greek swear words because his bosses won't stop using them.
You hear the word Shiza, you know what it means.
Pretty
I think
much.
surprisingly, a lot of people know what that one means.
Well,
Well, obviously, Shiza just sounds like shit.
Pretty much.
I'm assuming basically Serena would basically go, I probably won't learn because I wouldn't be able to like 100% like do it. Like, would
If you have enough time, you could learn the language.
fine. I'll probably do that. But yes, was asking because random.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so yeah, Serena basically tells Ibli like, hey, it's gonna be one of these 4 things.
Okie dokie. So,
Insert genie.
who's rubbing the lamp?
I guess that's me.
Who's
Well,
willing to rub one
Who's
out?
rubbing the lamp for the first question? We'll put it that way.
I would assume Haley probably would, being like Navarra has it, and
Does anyone in the party have objections to Navarra rubbing the lamp? Because
Nope.
I'm assuming Navarra is going to be the one to say their question as well.
Okay, as long as she doesn't fuck the wording up.
Well, that's why I asked for exact wording. Well, I'm basically assuming that each person is going to ask their own respective question. I would assume that because I would assume Mikey's not going to stand there and go, I want to know where their family is. I would assume this would be a case of, so you had a question, and then expect them to say it. Am I correct with this?
Sure.
yeah, sure. I was basically assuming somebody would hold the lamp, rub the lamp, and then like the person with the question would speak up.
This is why I'm asking. You guys have been super sketchy about somebody controlling the lamp, and you don't know how this functions. So I wasn't sure if you wanted a specific person to be doing it, or if you wanted to effectively be handing 3 people the lamp.
Well, I was going to say the only person that knows exactly how to activate it and all that is Haley. Because all the rest of us have secondhand knowledge of, yes, it's a magic lamp. She's the one that cast Identify.
Mm.
I'm happy for like whoever. I just reckon we go with the exact wording Mikey typed out. So
But just appropriate things to like instead of Navarra. I wish to know current location of my family, but yeah.
Okie dokie dokie.
Yeah, well, do we want to shift the blame around, or we just have the blame on one person when it all goes wrong?
Shift it.
Okay. Let's share the blame.
So
Ibli dibs not it.
Navarra pulls
Oh.
out.
We're all in trouble because we all agreed.
Navarra pulls out the lamp and proceeds to rub the lamp. And shortly after, there is a slow rolling mist.
what color is it?
Purple.
Ooh, I like purple, but maybe not.
I
Before
like purple. Maybe I don't.
before the mist swirls up. As it begins to swirl, there is a small crackle of electricity and then a bolt. And standing in front of you is a large purple being, only visible from the waist up. long,
10,000 years will
long
give you
curled
such a
beard
crick in
and
the neck.
mustache. Gold, a very intricate gold bands on their wrist, and a large necklace.
All I can imagine is the genie in Aladdin wake up scene. You know, the I. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
If I thought I could pull it off, that was kind of what I was going for. But there is no way in hell, without literally having the video open and parroting it to you guys, that I'm going to be able to pull that off.
Anyway,
He just looks at. So, who has their wish for me? He sort of pans over. The bar steps up. That would be me. Pete, I would like you to take notes on this and throw it in chat so I can send it to Haley in a minute. Just because I don't want to be typing and talking at the same time.
Give me 30 seconds to open a Word document.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say it might be good to like.
I have this
record
I
them-
have this recording. I can't do a separate recording.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it might be good for Pete to put the notes of everyone's answer in chat. So
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if he does all this, he can just throw them in Discord instead of in chat.
Anyway,
Go to the open, Pete.
Yep.
She looks up. I wish to know the exact current location of my immediate family and their current condition. He just sort of presses his hands together. There's a flash of white energy in his eyes, and he waves his hand in front. A wall of mist shimmers, creating an image. And I'll describe this as I go, as well as his narration. Your family is currently being held in Cathrel in Dargan, being held by one of the Cathrel
Cathrel in Dargan?
Dargan, being held by one of the Crathel lords of the bandits. The image shimmers into reality, showing a wooden pyloned off bandit camp and an elven man and woman. It being held in. They're shackled at the legs, but they are seemingly relatively free to walk about the camp. They don't look in terribly bad condition, but they seem like they've been there long enough that they have kind of accepted their situation.
Sounds like slaves.
He waves his hand back and forth, the wall of mist disappears. And he just sort of floats down in front of Haley. I hope that was to your liking. And he holds his hand out. Shall we have any more? And I need Haley to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, always fun.
well, I will step forward at that point. Well, actually, wait.
She has advantage for being an elf, because it's technically a charm effect.
Doesn't being near just as well give?
No, it's an active
No,
effect.
that is to the charmed effect. You cannot be charmed, as in the charmed effect, while within 10 feet of Jess. This is technically like a charm coercion magic. I'm counting elves
It's a charming effect. Not
Yeah,
a
I'm
charm,
counting
but-
elves as naturally resistant to it. It's not the charmed effect.
Well, I step forward and I say, I wish to know if.
As soon as Haley makes the saving throw, sort of shakes her head, he disappears into the lamp. At which point she hands the lamp over to you.
Okay, well, I copy what you did. I rob.
Yep.
The
Quicker than I expected.
I step forward and say, I wish to know if the creature masked white, like insert correct name for it, because we had the correct
Yes.
name. is real, and how would one kill it?
The same flash appears in the eyes. It is most certainly real. Waves his hand. The same mist wall appears, and it shows you this image. I will drop the image in Discord in a minute of it. It is most certainly real. It is a interesting creature. Not many people know it exists for evident reasons, and it is killed just like any other undead. The biggest problem with killing it is finding its location, because with the fact that nothing it fights is known to exist after it fights, it doesn't leave an evident trail. He leans down. Shall we have another? Roll a charisma save.
Yay.
I'm gonna say you also have advantage because of your aura.
How's
No.
that?
Not that it matters.
How's that one?
Yeah.
And he
Ooh.
vanishes into the lamp.
I know that you're gonna drop the image. I wish to make note that Serena would write this in her book
Yeah.
and draw a image straight away of what was
Yeah.
there, because like obviously she's gonna draw it now while she remembers.
I'll be back. Bathroom.
Yep.
So she's
I'm,
gonna
I'm assuming you then hand the lamp to Raymond.
Yes.
This is gonna suck. I have no bonus to charisma.
You also have
Roll out.
You also have no advantage to charisma either,
No.
because technically Jess's aura does not grant it. I only gave it to Jess because she's a paladin with this aura.
Well, I proceed to rub the lamp.
Yep. The gin appears. 3 in as many minutes. This is the fastest my abilities have ever been used.
We wish to try to take as little of your time as possible.
Good one.
Oh fuck.
Ah, fuck!
Fucking. Oh my.
I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm trying to be polite. Fuck.
I knew it was gonna get ruined.
Oh. Oh fuck.
I even had it in my head that we wanted to take as. Oh, fucking no. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. What did I fuck up?
That's what he said, right?
Yes.
Don't want to say it, but I don't fucking care. I'm tired.
Okay, I just need to get that down because
Yes, yes, that's exactly what he said.
I wasn't prepped for this. I had legitimate answers.
I want the fucking answers.
Too bad.
Fuck it.
Oh, and the best thing is Bailey's gonna come back and we're gonna have to tell Bailey this.
Oh my
This is
god.
why I should not be talking when I'm tired. Fuck it.
Raymond, roll me a charisma save. With disadvantage, I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
What? Wrong one. Wrong one. 16.
Oh thank God.
Oh.
That's not exactly what he said, Pete, but I'll take it.
That's not what I wanted. That's what I'm.
No,
not what I wanted to say.
No, Pete's question.
Pete's answered a question too.
It is most certainly real. He showed you the image. It is an interesting creature, killed just as any undead. Hardest
The
part
hardest
is knowing
part
its
its location because
of
everything-
its nature. I summarized as much and as accurate as I could.
Fuck hell.
I need to go and check some save DCs.
Oh
Fuck
my
that.
God.
That was fucking funny.
What's wrong?
Bailey,
Oh.
you. So Raymond never asked his question.
So what happened
I
was
should not talk when I'm tired.
Jess
Ever.
gave the lamp to Raymond. The Jinn said, "Well, 3 questions in 3 minutes. This is the fastest my abilities have ever been used." Raymond goes, "We wish to take as little of your time as possible."
Oh no!
I know. I meant to be polite and fuck everything up.
funny.
Best ever.
Well, that was a wish.
Jin just goes, okay, pops out of existence.
That's the best we could hope for, Mikey, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're getting to sit back in time.
James is looking at stuff. I can't see exactly what, but James
Oh,
is
he's looking at the
clicking
charisma save DC.
I'm
Yes.
trying to find. I'm looking up a Djinni to find out what their actual save DC is. As so far, everyone else has hit them has hit high enough that I know they're above the save DC.
This is hilarious as fuck.
Raymond, why do you
Well,
do
actually,
this?
on that point,
You
What?
cause undue stress.
James, on that
Yeah, well,
point,
Mm-hmm.
fuck it.
Haley has rolled a 16. Haley rolled a 16.
Yeah, here's the
Raymond rolled-
kicker. I know Haley rolled a 16. Haley's DC was also ever so slightly different.
Spell save DC 17 looks like.
Peter, I reacted to your thing already.
Yeah, I'm just tagging everyone. I would tag Haley, but I don't have her.
Yeah, spell
Well,
save,
she's-
Give me a
spell
sec.
save DC 17.
Also that.
The Djinn just rubs his hand,
Yep.
says, fair enough, points at Raymond, vanishes.
Raymond vanishes?
No, the Djinn. Raymond,
Mm.
you feel two cold rings clasp on your wrists.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking
Congratulations, Raymond, you don't have a choice in your next level up. Welcome to being a
fuck
fighter
it.
warlock.
What?
Oh! Wait, did he go,
Welcome to being a warlock to a Djinni.
Oh,
Fuck that.
no, that's not actually that bad.
It's actually quite
I don't
good
care.
for you.
I was happy with doing what I was doing, so whatever. Fuck it.
Can I still
Jesus.
have lamb?
Actually,
Yeah.
probably not.
I'm hitting it with my fucking sledgehammer as hard as I fucking can.
Swing,
Hammer down!
bang. I need to prep a battle map.
Oh no. Hey, you've already got a clearing one. Use the purple one.
That's what I'm going to, though. I'm just going to unarchive it and go grab a Djinn.
Oh.
Well, so Raymond's probably not going to be a warlock.
Warlock it anymore. Because he just Reinhardted the fucking lantern.
Overhead smash on the fucking thing.
You literally just gave up a pocket dimension.
Like I don't care. I
He wants to
don't
keep
even
being a
know what the
fighter.
fuck I'm doing. All right.
Because while I prep this, you wish to take as little of his time as possible. That meant signing a pact. Which was exactly the next thing he was going to ask. That's what he asked everyone. The thing was, to willingly join the pact was a lower DC. So DC 13 to resist joining the pact.
13.
13.
Uh-huh.
You needed a 17 because it suddenly became a spell save to its wish spell.
So it bound 2 people to it. Great.
No, it didn't actually. No, as I said, it was 13.
Kiori's part of me. It's 2 people. Got two slaves.
Not exactly.
I die to Kiori dies. Anything I'm forced into, it's forced into.
Yes, slight difference. Yes, you are bound, not exactly it. But Allow me to go and get this
My
token.
next character's just gonna be a dick.
I mean, if you kill it, it can't force you into a pact.
Yeah, I doubt I'm killing a freaking pact thing.
It's
only a
only a
genie.
gin.
Do we know what sort of gin it is?
A
Bad
Dajini.
A Djinn.
A Dajini, a lightning one.
Oh fuck.
That's why I made a point of. That's why Mikey was able to
Oh
look it up.
no!
What?
If it's a lightning one, it means it probably has resistance. Guess what all my fucking spells are?
Lightning.
Fuck! Hope you all like
Oh, this is
blessed.
going to be interesting.
Shit. Big.
Rejoice. D&D.
When Raymond's tired.
Because at the moment,
Hilarious.
all the fucking time, boss isn't in at work. I have to get up stupid early, and then I have to deal with everything I don't normally deal with. So, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm waking up at 5 o'clock and doing 9-hour days at the moment. It's pretty great.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Delivery driving.
Well, that's not.
Try several 12-hour days, then have fun.
I mean, like delivery probably isn't the worst thing.
No, it's pretty good actually. Oh, that'll work.
I'm assuming you're delivering by yourself, so like delivering
Yeah.
things by yourself. So at least then you
Yeah.
don't have annoying co-workers.
Yeah.
Him, the road, and the radio.
Oh, fuck that.
Well,
Well-
congrats on the new job.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a charisma save. That's never gonna happen.
Also, that is not sarcasm, Jess. In case you didn't understand.
Norwich. On the bright side, all I'm going to say is because this happened at Wish 3, it has no wish spells left.
Thank Christ.
But it has wish spells, which means it has every other spell in its arsenal still.
Damn it, that's a charisma save. And it's gonna have fuck tons to its charisma save. God damn it. Lightning bolt, can't use that. Call lightning, can't use that. Shadow, can't use that.
Raymond, can you
can't use
roll
that
me an
either.
attack,
Fuck.
by the way?
Well, and I did say as hard as I could, so you
Yeah.
know I'm a giant.
I'm determining if you actually broke the lamp or not.
Plus another d6, so
Give me a second, I have to see if you hit.
It's advantage because it's a prone lantern.
Nope.
put it on the ground.
Lanterns can't be prone.
What if you knock it over?
They're always standing.
Raymond, what's your charisma modifier?
0.
I love that hat.
And proficiency is 3 at this level, right?
Yes.
He actually
Yeah.
hit it. It had 11 AC. Because guess what? Its AC is off Raymond's, quotation marks, spellcasting modifier. And 6 damage destroyed it.
Oh,
So now you gotta fight a
oh,
djinn.
damage.
Because it had 4,
And-
because the lamp had 4 hit points.
Now you gotta fight a djinn and Ibly.
Yeah.
You broke
If
Ibly's
I
lantern.
die, I've got a character set up anyway, so yeah, whatever.
Do you want us to roll? Was I supposed to roll?
Initiative?
Boop, 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 boop,
Do
boop,
we
boop, boop.
roll? Yes, we do.
Roll initiative.
My
Initiative.
character there.
Come on.
Your character
Oh,
should
man.
be there.
Oh good, the djinn's got 0.
The djinn has not rolled yet.
There's
Oh
my
good,
character.
the djinn has 0.
I rolled 24.
Fuck are you?
Fuck, that's not good.
Ooh, who's down here in sub 10 with me? Oh, that's Jess, right?
I got 21 on the initiative this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hide behind a rock because I'm fucking useless.
There you go. I've just put that there for people so they can quickly read it, remember it, and there's the aura around me, so people can actually see that.
Charisma mod. What's my charisma mod? Probably 0. Oh, 3.
James, it actually says starting at 7th level, you and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you can't be charmed while you are conscious.
Yes.
Just putting that there.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's not a charm effect, it's charm adjacent, which is why I gave you
Okay,
advantage.
yep. No,
I did
yep.
say that I
Charm
knew you were
adjacent.
immune. Because it was... It wasn't applying the charmed effect, it was effectively trying to kind of persuade you into signing a bargain. Magically
Okay.
entice you. Less charm, closer to like dominate person.
Okay, either way, people, those are the two auras that I have, and, like, there they are, so people know. I'll probably just do that at the start of every battle.
I'm gonna say, be thankful. I think I burnt my one nat 20 for the fight.
Good.
Initiative.
Because of the bloody turn tracker within order.
Flippin' hope
I will be
so.
putting it in turner in a moment. I'm still
Okay.
doing initiative rolls.
Trent and Haley taking part.
They're present,
They're there.
so
Hmm.
I'm rolling them now. Is basically
What
what's happening.
about Lisa Kudrow?
I again rolling them now.
What about the Beetle?
Axe.
Beetle's
The
already
axe
there.
on
Beetle
Bailey's
follows
there.
my initiative.
Yeah,
Okay.
axe on Bailey's initiative.
So don't worry about it.
Worry not for others, only about your own demise.
Yeah, it's coming. I got nothing to kill. It is
Pete
genuine.
got outsped.
What? Holy shit! Holy fuck! Someone outsped me.
Well done, Kojiro.
You got what? +7. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
He's got alert, hasn't he?
I was gonna say I've got a +8.
No, he doesn't have alert. He has a class feature that basically gives him alert.
Gross.
I should pick up alert.
He has
Yeah.
quick. He has quick to act. You gain proficiency bonus on initiative checks.
Fuck. What can I do? I
So
got.
it's Cujo, me, the genie, and then everybody else.
Smite
And then
the
Ibli.
fuck out of it. That's what I'm
1,
gonna
2,
do.
3, 4,
I've
5,
got one
6.
thing that might work, but it probably won't because it's Christmas Eve.
And Kudro can't get to it. So
This fucker's floating on top of a rock.
well, no.
Does anyone
Kudro's
have
also out
anything?
of movement 5 feet from it.
Throw a sword. Throw a sword.
I'm just actually checking what he's got.
Does anyone have what, Mikey?
Anything that gives disadvantage to saves.
I might. Actually, yes, I do. But I have to be physically touching them.
Bonus
Yeah, you can do
action. Bonus action. Corona cloak, like last
What do
time.
you mean?
Go and touch it.
And then, yeah, I don't think he has any other abilities because he didn't take any of the ranged ones or any of the ones that give him additional movement.
Okay. So,
So that ends Kudro's turn, making it Aaron's turn.
What happens if something made of smoke gets hit with gust of wind?
You can try.
Many digin.
so which?
Many digin.
Gonna say I'm not gonna rush up on it. I'm going to go to there and I'm gonna
So
shoot
is
it with a
this?
fireball.
That's the Dijun. That's the Dijun.
Yep. No. That's a miss.
Yes, that is.
Okay, yeah. End it there.
Yep, give me a moment. I am reading what it is currently capable of doing.
A lot. Sound.
That's not
We're all
useful. That's not useful. That one. Most of its spells are not particularly useful.
Come on, this is a genie. It can swing around some heavy boulder or something. Sure. Dual wielding swords.
Scimitars.
I mean, it does have scimitars.
It's a djinn.
Yeah.
They're Arabian.
I feel like it should be singing some sort of song from Aladdin while it's doing this.
Arabian night.
I'll accept that. I also feel like there should be an illusion over the entire field to be night too.
No,
though.
it should be friends like me.
You ain't
No,
never
friends
had
like
never
me.
had
Bizarrely fabulous,
Yes.
You ain't never, ever had a friend like me.
No, it should be singing that one.
Have some of column A, try all of column B.
It just
Let's
sort
see if he
of
has an out of movie experience.
looks at Raymond's character and says, I could have offered you power, snaps its fingers, and summons in their elemental.
I make a reply before the fight happens.
Sure.
I already have my own power. Don't want yours.
I already got a sugar daddy.
And I wish I could do something else without it, but that'll wait until the start of my turn.
I just have to check it.
The first thing I want to do is drop them all and yank my shield out of my chest.
Roll initiative.
On your turn.
Roll initiative for the air elemental. Okie dokie. So I need to roll its own initiative. Holy fuck.
What?
30.
No. You rolled the green dice, didn't you?
What else do you think I'm using?
Fuck! He rolled the green dice. Can we take that away?
I thought everything was
You're the one that found it.
I thought the rule was.
Sorry, go Mikey.
I thought the rule was digital roll, so it's all on stream.
Yeah.
I don't have. If you want this combat to take a lot longer because I have to manually type all the rolls in because I didn't prep the stat sheet for this thing.
I wish you to roll with a different dice.
Nope.
A dice that is not green of any color.
Nope.
Fuck.
Jess,
Really wish.
he has my old yellow one if you really want him to.
Fuck you and your yellow dice too.
The Australian colours kill us all.
Hey,
That ain't
yellow
all of your
dice
yellow.
are very unique. They
Just
will roll
like
a. The yellow dice always roll below a 10 for anyone but me, unless it was James doing a DN roll where it didn't roll below an 18.
Fucking
Ooh,
hurt.
actually, no. It can't do Conjure Elemental.
Yay.
Because that takes a minute.
Thank fuck.
I did not read the fact that Conjure Elemental took a minute. I thought that was... So in turn, it's just sort of gonna float up to Raymond, who spoke shit to it. Kudro gets a attack of opportunity.
I believe if you do that, you get hit.
Wow.
He only does 8 damage, though.
He's not going to use any of his abilities?
He
I was gonna say,
can't,
why is Kudra hitting him?
he can't attack of opportunity
All right.
because it moved past. He can't use any of them on a reaction, I believe. Most of his counters are in reaction to him being hit.
God, 8 from 2d10. That's gross.
Yeah, Kudro also doesn't have the greatest of strength scores, so those
Well, the second one doesn't get an. Oh, because you only get strength modified to the.
you only get
the
strength
entire
modifier
damage thing.
once.
Yeah, I remember now. I don't get crits.
So that's 8. And yeah, Kudro's suffering from not actually having a finesse weapon. So his 19 dex, he just does not have a weapon capable of using it.
Man, I can't even nuke him with a lightning bolt. Fucking lightning Jin.
So the Djinn is going to make 3 attacks against Raymond.
Okay.
Good luck, Raymond.
This is bad.
Ginny ain't no
Can I
joke.
look at that? Oh god,
No.
no. God,
No,
no.
if I die, I'm gonna feel bad about it in the morning. But right now, I just don't care.
So on that point, Raymond, the first roll was a 20.
Natural 20.
Is there any other card?
19! 1.
So Ginny, it hits you and itself.
So
I watched that.
Just doop, doop, 20, roll over to a 1.
Technically, it's still equal 20. You count the 19 plus the 1.
Nice knowing you, Raymond.
Oh, fuck. Let's see how much she dies.
Nice
Hey.
knowing Zelda.
It's only a CR11.
We
whack!
all learned to
36 damage.
We all
Oh.
learned the lesson. Do not backchat at the gym.
Raymond, do you have any resistances?
He's
Um,
wearing adamantine plate, which means crits don't count.
yeah, no
Yes.
crits. No crits.
So you take 8 damage off that. No, 12 damage off that, so it's only 24 damage.
24. And do I have any elemental defenses?
Good catch there, Bailey.
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, because it's doing slashing and lightning damage. See, it's
There's nothing on Giant Might. There's nothing on that. Yeah, I don't think I,
was
do.
gonna say, did you get lightning resistance from your first trial?
No, he got
No. Some
I
guy.
got,
he got powerful
giant.
build.
Yeah, I got powerful build from that.
Yeah.
I'm still working out what he got from the lightning one, from the ice one, because and even what I'm currently planning wouldn't affect this anyway. I was thinking of giving Raymond cold resistance, but I have to look into a balance for that. And he got
Yeah,
the shield.
I kind of sat there and just got encased in ice and didn't move.
Yes, which is why I was thinking of giving him cold resistance. And for the fire one, he got the shield.
My shield, which I'm about to equip.
But yes, that ends the Djin's turn because he doesn't have any bonus actions.
So 24.
24.
How big is this thing, like size-wise?
About 10 foot tall.
So it's about my. Wait.
It's a little bit short. It's a little bit shorter than you in giant form.
Okay. So I'm basically going to be looking down on it.
It's about 10 foot, but it's also floating a couple of feet off the ground.
Well,
Okay.
it's Bailey's turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start off and use, what was it? The Ready Companion
Mm-hmm.
from my Beast of Earth, which is the bonus action, to get it to move back 10 feet and then charge 20 feet forward and maul.
Yep.
So effectively it goes back and then just goes ram,
Yep.
hitting with the maul attack.
Yes, with its maul. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And it now has to succeed.
That hits.
It now has to succeed on a DC 14 against a DC 14 on a strength save. Otherwise, it gets knocked prone.
How floating did Jim B not prone?
You're about to find out.
It doesn't fall over.
Doesn't fall over.
Have a look
Nat
in chat.
Fair enough.
So this thing might want someone dead. Because that is its third nat 20 so far.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's my fourth of the night.
And then Ibli is going to finish up with a pair of shots from a blowgun with poisonous skin applied.
Yep. Hit.
Woo! And it's a DC 12 con on the poison.
No. And miss.
Woo! I actually hit with poison on something.
So what does your poisonous skin poison do? It's just poison damage when on a weapon, right?
Flat out 5 poison damage straight.
So it takes 10 more damage. Yep, and then +7 for the beast. Yep, that makes it Lubash's turn. Who Lubash is going to... Now, before he rages, what spells does he have? Anything that would help.
Vicious Mockery.
I mean, he has Vicious Mockery. Vicious Mockery is disadvantage on the next attack roll, isn't it?
If
Disadvantage
the
on the
target
next
fails.
attack roll before the end of its next turn. He's going to try Tasha's Hideous Laughter instead. Spell DC 15 and no. It makes the saving throw.
I was gonna say, I doubt this thing has a negative to any of its stats.
Yeah, but it may not. But it may not. It may have only had like a 10 in Wisdom. You're not sure.
True.
Well, apparently it failed on the con save with bonuses, so...
Yeah. So that
It also rolled a 3.
That ends Lubash's turn because he's not going to try and get too. He's only going to get a little bit closer. He's not going to get all the way into Marley with no actions left, making it Zelda's turn.
Isn't it a bonus action to rage?
Yeah, but he may want to try another spell next turn.
Yeah.
He also doesn't have any like rage bonus action abilities. Like he doesn't have any extra attacks or anything off rage for a bonus action, so he might as well save it in case he wants to cast a spell next turn.
Question, James.
Raymond.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Right. There I am. The floating thing, right? I was up on the rock earlier. Well.
Yeah, it flew forwards and stabbed you twice.
Yeah. Got them all. Reach the chest. Pull out my shield.
Walk.
Yeah, I don't actually know how much AC that shield gives me. I know you
Just
said it
2.
does, but 2?
It's a standard shield.
I'm at 21 then. And I've got 2 attacks at this point.
Yeah, because you're above level 5 as a fighter.
Right? I'm just reading what Ild does. Alright. Am I hitting with a shield?
I will say it took your bonus action to draw the shield.
Yeah. I missed twice.
Hung. Still a little bit unwieldy.
Yeah.
So you do have your bonus action. I think you don't have your bonus action. You've got your action surge if you wish to
Yeah,
use
I was actually about to say that. Just fuck it. Did I hit?
That one hits.
Right.
You have another attack as well. Ooh, Ild. That one misses.
I was gonna say, Raymond, why didn't you
Possibly.
move around the other side and get advantage?
Because I'm tired and not thinking straight. Fucking
Question,
hell. I'll do that now after I've attacked because
Yeah.
why not?
Oh, there's 2 beetles on the field.
Apparently.
One was under Raymond.
I must have double dropped one last week.
No, I dropped a new one this week because I couldn't find my beetle.
Ah, then yeah, it was under Raymond from last week. From last game.
James, quick question.
Yeah.
Does it take an action to mount?
I'm gonna say it takes half your movement
Okay.
because you've got like a climb speed. So it needs to make a saving throw or be restrained. Well, so it needs to make a saving throw. Strength. What's your save DC, Raymond?
It is on.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It rolled a natural 18.
Oh.
So it is not restrained. Your Ild Rune does not do any fire damage to it.
A strength saving throw, yeah.
Yeah. I was asking what your save DC was, so I knew what it was. It rolled a natural 18. Your DC is not 18.
No.
It is physically impossible for your DC to be 18 at this level.
Mm.
I believe 16 is as high as it can be. That would end your turn. It did, however, take 5, 15... It took 18 damage.
Oh, and plus the. Oh wait, I clicked it. Never mind. I clicked the button. It does the D6 automatically now.
Yes.
How much damage did you say?
18.
18.
10 from shield, 5 from giant form, and then 3 from your being large.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you're getting a D4 and a D6.
Don't. Oh, hang on. The shield has 2 damage types, doesn't it? You did the shield.
Let me check. It might be the
Damage,
fact...
piercing, damage, a D4 as well.
Oh, yes. It does a D4 fire. That's what the extra damage is coming from. I didn't have the fire type listed. So, yes.
So I'll just click that. Ignore this one. Does it say fire? Yes.
Yes.
And now I'm regretting clicking that because that would be a good roll.
Yes. So that makes it Navarro's turn.
I'm not doing well today.
He's going to sit there and go, and
Banish.
they don't have it. I didn't change their spells, and like 2 of their attack spells they can't currently use. Because like, well, she
Fireball,
could,
do it.
she could, but yeah, fireball.
By the way, where's the wolf?
You didn't say you
Asleep in the
No,
pen.
the wolf was brought. I would assume the wolf would probably be. I'm gonna say because I forgot about it, the wolf's back with the cart, which is probably like at the edge of the clearing, not
Yeah.
currently in combat.
Cart wasn't brought to the clearing.
We walked. So
Yeah,
I
so
would've-
so wolf would be back in town.
I was gonna say I assumed the wolf was gonna still be in the pen because we weren't planning on attacking things. So.
Yes.
That one.
On to combat. Shadowblade? That's what she normally does.
Yeah, does she want to get into Marley though? Screw it. Blade Song. So.
Is that beeping that keeps happening?
Is that just in your house?
It's quite possibly just on
It's
your
coming
end.
through the headset.
I can't hear beeping.
Does
Your
your
batteries
head...
aren't low, are
Yeah.
No, it actually has a voice that tells me the batteries are low.
Maybe there's something else binging in the background of your computer.
Maybe.
You gain a bonus to your AC equal to intelligence, walking speed increased, blah, 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 blah. So nothing that like stands out right now. But yes, she is going to cast her Shadow Blade, which is a bonus action. move up next to Raymond, and then make 2 Shadow Blade attacks.
Oh,
Woohoo.
nice.
For
Yeah,
two
she has advantage.
for 2 hits.
Do you have advantage?
Beetle.
Yeah.
I didn't think my beetle actually gave advantage.
It's a hostile creature.
Fair enough.
It's treated as an animal companion, so it still gives advantage.
Djinn takes 27 damage.
Ouch.
Mikey's turn.
Yeah, Mikey's turn.
Oh boy, I've been thinking about what I should do. I don't think my idea is a good one. I was going to cast Banishment, but it's a thing that plane shifts regularly, so I don't know if that's going to work. I might just go with a Guiding Bolt. It's really all I've got that's not lightning or thunder damage.
No.
And I miss anyway.
I get to slap it twice, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yui's Paladin. Yui's has 2 attacks.
I'm gonna go.
How many times can you trigger extra attack per turn?
Once.
Extra attack grants you 1 extra attack when you take the attack action. Unless you're a fighter.
my turn?
Because there's something that popped up with me being a Beastmaster that got me a tad confused.
My turn.
Yeah, you as a Beastmaster, it gets a little bit finicky.
Because when my beast makes an attack action, I can make an extra attack. And then when I take an attack action, I can make an extra attack.
Yeah, I think that's because I think you spend your action to make your beast attack.
But I can also use my bonus action to make a beast attack.
Yeah, well then, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Things get a little bit screwy when it comes to the Beastmaster.
I did the thing where I stuffed my character sheet again.
Fun.
Okay, so I gotta do the smite thing first, don't I? Or the concentration smite thingy. Well,
You don't have to, but if you want to get like the double smite effect, you do.
I'm gonna do branding smite. Is that? Oh yeah. That's lightning. I'm gonna do branding smite.
Yep. I would go read your Ranger thing, but apparently my website's being annoying and not actually allowing me to load classes at the moment.
James.
Mhm.
It's the Ready Companion from the Beast of Earth itself, which is I can, as a bonus action, command it to make them all attack.
Yeah, I was gonna go
Good
check
God.
all the things.
I do get to do my normal.
Your
the-
branding smite goes off your first hit.
Okay, so I can't do it. For
No,
the
it's the
second.
next time you hit. But you
Okay,
can you can use your smite, your normal smite on either of those attacks.
Sorry. Can I? Where is my
It's
normal
your divine smite.
Okay. I'm gonna do it for both.
Yeah.
Because obviously I can't. So just divine smite for both, right?
Yes. And roll it again because you crit on the second hit.
There you go.
So that's
19.
19.
31 on the first.
Yeah, give me a second. 19, 30, 34. 47, 54, 57 damage. Ow!
Hero's turn.
It's Gudrow's turn. Who's gonna turn around
and run back.
run back, and he can't get advantage because there's nothing he can get
That
across
was
from.
66.
No, because the middle branding smite doesn't go off.
Why not?
Because you only get to use it once. You click the wrong smite.
So it counts the 8 instead of the 7.
The 8 instead of the 7.
Which makes it 67 damage.
Did I miscount something?
Does the 20 hit?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, then it is
8,
67 damage.
And what did I say before?
40 something.
You said 50 something.
Yeah, 50.
So how much was it? 60
7.
plus 10.
Does 8, 11, 14 and 11, 7, 14, 11, 13, 7 and 3.
That must have messed my math up.
57 damage at 60.
Sword, miss.
Whoa, hang on.
Sword, miss. Peter's turn.
Oh, go away. Going to fly around the Djinn, not through his square, using my flight speed to get opposite so that I can attack with advantage. Going to go activate Eldritch Claw and attack with Booming Blade.
Hit.
So ignore that middle 6. So 19 plus 13.
19 plus 13 is another 32 damage.
Yep. I only get one attack around, so that's it.
Pretty
Stab.
sure if it gets another attack.
It is banished. Well, it scatters into a warm breeze, dropping a pair of scimitars and its clothing.
Ooh, fun.
Raymond, you
Oh,
feel
good. Hammer pants.
Raymond, you feel the two bands just slowly crumble away from your wrists.
Sweet. We've already got runes and shit binding me. I don't need more bindings.
You don't need more ethereal creatures telling you what to do.
Oh, I've got enough. I currently like my ones, so yeah.
Cool. Can I reach down and grab the scimitars?
Sure.
I wouldn't touch them until we identify them.
Or even just detect magic.
Yeah.
It is a scimitar, sorry. It is
A single
it is not technically dual wielding. It is a single scimitar.
Scimitars are finesse weapons, aren't they?
Yes.
Give them to Kojiro.
This one, yeah,
Probably
yes.
too big.
This one, while they are finesse weapons, this one is also the size of a greatsword.
Because it came up with 10-foot genie.
Am I like the only one that could wield it size-wise here?
No,
I mean, anyone can use a great sword.
It is functionally a great sword. I haven't decided whether or not. Let me actually check if the Jinn was using its dex or not on it to tell you. The Djinn was using its strength, but that's because its strength was higher.
I could use it, but I am not touching it.
I will need to decide whether or not it functions as a finesse weapon or not.
Serena turns and looks at Zelda and says, "Great job."
We killed it. And with that, I'll be back in a second.
But yeah, looks directly at Zelda and just Great job, kind of sarcastically.
When you get bound by a spiritual being and then go crazy, I'll repeat the same thing back.
Yeah, people in glass houses.
You were supposed to ask a question.
He did.
No, he didn't. He made a request.
I thought we were just gonna ask for information.
I guess accidents happen.
I look at the party and say, "Back to the tavern now, I guess."
Dibs on the clothes.
I thought you wanted a lantern.
There is
No
no
lantern.
lantern.
Dibs
I
on
mean,
the clothes. Ibli knows
Okay.
fine silk when he sees it.
Yeah, give me a
Okay.
moment. I'm trying to
You
see.
can have the vest and hammer pants.
I'm trying to see if anybody's made a loot table for genies or gin. Because
Well, I don't have any.
Reddit, there's a whole like I loot the X thing that people have made, and I'm trying to see if there's one for.
Well, it has no physical body, right?
It drops all of its stuff though. It says that.
Yeah, but it lives in a lamp.
Yeah, but it might have things on it. Is the thing. If the Djinn dies, its body disintegrates into a warm breeze, leaving behind only the equipment that the Djinn was wearing or carrying. So I want to see if there's anything that it may have been carrying.
Maybe it has a bag of food.
I can't think of what a gin would need.
Maybe it has a bag of food or a bag of jingly items. I don't know.
You're really jingly. Righto, Dad.
Genially item.
Jingly. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Now you're sounding like Acacia with a bag of jingle bells that she handed off when I was playing the Priest of Shalia.
And you always a priest of Shelia?
No. If I was a Priest of Shalia, I wouldn't be allowed to kill anyone, okay?
Really bad guys.
No,
Did it
only
have a
noble
coin
servants.
purse?
That's it.
I'm sure the Djinn would have a coin purse, right?
That's what I'm trying to find.
Yeah,
Again,
what
this
is
was
what does a gin need to spend money on?
Snap.
It has
Blender.
it has the wish spell.
Oh my god. All I can imagine is this poor shop vendor that keeps getting teleported into the Jinn's realm every time he wants something.
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
No, I am presently trying to find if the person who made all of the I loot the X things has done one for like the Djinn or not.
But didn't its body dissolve into mist?
That's what
No,
I
but
said.
it drops all of the stuff it's carrying. So I'm trying to see if there's any what it would drop outside of the scimitar.
Underneath the pants, you find a butt plug.
To be fair, that would be within the pants.
No, as you pick up the pants, it falls out.
Well, we gotta keep something spicy.
Add to your inventory. One butt plug used.
No, what it has boots of mist. Wear them and your lower body turns into mist. They can never be removed. But you gain a fly speed.
Is that Peter joking about me giving the party a cursed magic item?
Ah.
Wasn't the last one cursed, and then we threw it off a cliff and Bailey died?
Technically not cursed, was sentient.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Functioned,
point out I
functioned
still
as
resent
cursed
that.
for unattuning it.
I'm pretty sure that you say sentient and Mikey still hears curse. Or at least
Yeah,
the
I
word curse.
just heard you say cursed twice.
To be fair, I can say sentient to Raymond and he runs in the other direction.
Pretty much. He's already fucked me over a few times with that.
Once! Literally once!
Yep. But that's all it
Literally
took,
once
James.
8 years ago. Since then, you have never touched a fucking sword.
Oh, yes, I have.
Not without it being ID'd first if it was somewhere.
I still stand by Bobby.
Fuck Bobby.
Go, Bobby. Go, Bobby.
But Mikey is yet to encounter Bobby, and Bailey is yet to encounter Bobby. They need to know the magic that is Bobby. He's still looking for loot tables.
I found a loot table.
Yeah.
I was just about to Google gin
It's
loot
in
table.
GM Binder though.
Yeah, send it to me. The problem is I was trying to find one from a specific person, because they've done a lot of loot tables. The problem is, like, they're all on Twitter, so they're not easily searchable. So yeah, link it to me on Facebook.
Oh, I linked it through on Discord.
That'll work too.
It's under G for as genies. I haven't got them as gin.
Yeah. Yeah, just give me a moment. I'm just about to finish searching through the one I was looking at. I just got to giants.
Well, genies are listed in giants.
Yeah.
Just before giants in this
And
one.
I just got to the
That's funny.
I just got to the beginning of theirs. Apparently, they just have not done like genies and gins and stuff yet. Yeah, that was I have that one I think open on my computer as well.
That's pretty funny. I searched up gin loot on Twitter to see what would come up, and it came up with a streamer called Scotty Blade.
Wow.
Seriously?
Yeah. Facebook and YouTube streamer.
Cat. My cat has decided to claw themselves across the bottom of the chair, upside down.
Spider cat, claws whatever the fuck it wants.
On a brand new couch.
I'm sorry, but I agree with Spider Cat.
Oh, I do as well. It's fucking funny. But
I'm sure your mum is not pleased.
Look
Mum
out!
is asleep.
He claws the spider cat.
Spider Cat.
Spider cat lives on.
No, I've literally seen
So yeah,
Spider Cat firsthand when my brother gave the cat vodka.
getting back to D&D. Yeah, it drops only the
Scimitar.
scimitar, clothes, and a small and like a couple of like 3 jewels, which are part of the necklace it was wearing.
Cool. So anyway, I picked
I
up the
want the
scimitar.
necklace.
It drops 3 jewels, not the actual necklace.
No, it did drop. There are 3 jewels as part of the necklace.
Oh, okay.
It is a relatively like simple gold chain with just 3 big jeweled pendants on it.
It's part of the clothing, so Ibly dib.
It's a pendant, not clothing.
Technically, this is closer to like a 3 big jewels on like a Mr. T chain.
Still
I'll
counts.
take it anyway.
I believe he pities the fool.
Ibly did say he had dib on clothing. You're gonna have to argue with Ibly that it's not clothing.
He did break his lantern.
Yeah.
Thing inside lantern curse me.
Mine.
I'll buy you a bloody lantern.
Nope.
Ibly's a seagull from Finding Nemo.
Mine.
Mine.
So I just want to know if this sword is magic.
Cast detect, mate. I'll get fucking Haley to do detect. Identify, whatever the fuck it's
Did
called.
you just almost get me to say get me to cast identify?
No, Bailey.
Haley.
The other Ailey.
Yeah, one of the Ailey's.
Upon casting Identify, it is a Storm Scimitar. It does an additional 1d6 lightning damage.
Wait. So does that mean it resizes to fit me?
No.
Oh man, my headset battery's dying apparently.
So can he actually use it?
He can, but he can't sneak attack with it as it's a two-handed weapon.
I thought all magic weapons resized to fit their wielder.
Not this one,
Mm.
because it continues to function like a greatsword.
Huh.
Magic armor resizes weapons, not necessarily.
Oh.
But
Thus,
it's
why
just
Raymond's shield does 2d6 damage instead of sizing down to a standard spiked buckler that would only do a normal like d4 to d6. And the reason Raymond's shield is the size of his torso.
Yes.
I look at the party and say, I'm gonna go back to the tavern now.
Can anyone here use a greatsword?
Yo.
Jess, Kujiro, technically Lubash as well.
Question: he can use Dex on that greatsword, right?
Need to look into it.
TBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he can,
Need to
Kujiro.
look into if like would classify scimitar as finesse weapon.
I mean, I'm happy to take it if nobody else can use it effectively, but I do have a maul and a great sword, so I don't
I
need it.
was going to say, if I can still use my dex with it, I'll probably keep it. If not, I was going to give it to Kujiro.
Though in saying that Kujiro does have his own sword.
The thing is, the weapons that have finesse are like rapier and dagger because
Our
they're small
scimitar's
and
listed
light.
as finesse in the actual.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
no, but the thing is, the reason it's finesse is because it's small and light. If it's 6 foot long, it's neither small nor
Again,
light.
that's why it is to be determined. I need to do some thinking as to whether I would classify this because it's a big scimitar. Because
I know,
the
but-
genie was large, if it would still qualify as a finesse weapon, or if it's going to have the heavy property.
But the big takes away the finesse.
Yeah, as I said, that's why
Yeah.
that's why it is. I will get back to you next week on this.
I kind of agree with Mikey at this point.
Yes, it's also a magic weapon.
Yeah.
It could
Do
be
you want to get
magically light for all you
So
know.
again-
Random
Just-
brain hemorrhage.
So again, this is a case of
To be
Jen figured it out.
confirmed.
to be confirmed because I need to look into things.
So,
Ibli's happy. Ibli just got fine silk clothing and gold chain with jewels.
Well, since we destroyed the lantern, I'm assuming everyone's going to get 87.5 gold worth of uncut gems.
No, I don't care about the gems.
100 gold worth of gems then.
Serena is going to the tavern,
Yep.
and she's told the party that's where she's going.
Well, we already told the barkeep we're going to go back there. So
With everybody
might as well.
going back to the tavern, we will pick it up back at the tavern next week as it is midnight.
I'm
What's that?
feeling it.
Because
And we're all level 8.
Don't think so.
We really just got to 7.
I was going to say you only just got to 7.
It's a joke, guys. It's a joke.
I was actually thinking for a minute how long it had been since you guys leveled up.
I say it at the end of every session, guys. It's alright.
But
I was
yeah.
like,
I know.
why is it?
It's kind of like his catchphrase.
I kind of actually just looked at Discord and was like, why is there only 2 answers to 2 questions? And I'm like, oh, duh. We just had a.
Yeah, Raymond had,
Yep.
Raymond had a brain fart.
One.
Also, coincidentally, Jess actually would have benefited from like failing her charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Paladin warlocks are scary,
Oh, fuck yes.
so I'm gonna actually stop the recording there.